Previously on Twin Portals.
The heroes of Troll Skull returned from the Feywild, reconnecting with old friends as they explored the changes that 3 months had brought to the City of Splendors. SWOJ was given a mandate by the enigmatic necromancer. Gather the reagents required by the spell and Lark would be returned bodily to the living. Lark's ashes and soul were ready, but the search for a diamond brought SWOJ across the city, calling in favors and exchanging secrets with allies until the wealthy lordling Rainier Neverember provided them with the gem. Along the way, the Troll Skull Irregulars informed SWOJ that their middle member, Squibbly, had abandoned their crew after the loss of his brother Thale deep in the Xanathar's lair. The heroes broke into the Growlhoon Manor once again, activating the teleportation circle within to travel to a Zentarim fortress hidden within a pair of magically shielded towers in the heart of the Trades Ward. At the top of the tallest tower, a second portal brought SWOJ face to face with a necromancer inside his extra-dimensional sanctum. The necromancer wasted no time in cloning a new body for Lark Wavesilver, returning the swashbuckling rogue to life, just as reports of a City Watch raid reached the ears of their criminal benefactors. It's actually pretty solid.
That's amazing.
You gotta try real hard, and I know you will.
Okay, my friends, where we left off, the four of you, all in person, for the first time in a while. We're still standing in the extra-dimensional sanctum of the Necromancer, surrounded by an infinite purple mist. Yes. The simulacrum, wearing a mask, just charged past you, saying, "Zentarim, to me," before charging through the open portal that you came through originally. So now you're standing in this hallway with this purple mist and stone around you. It's very, very quiet. You occasionally hear the sound of arcane somethings going on in the direction of the necromancer, because he went off towards his laboratory after this all went down. But other than that, it is silent here. There's not much adorning the space. It's mostly hewn rock. But there are several masks hanging on hooks along this hallway that you're standing in, steel and iron masks of different sizes and shapes, kind of tragic and comic. So that's what you see. What do you do?
Zay grabs one of the masks to put on.
What kind of style of mask? Like a happy mask or a sad mask? What kind do you want?
Definitely something that expresses the glee that Lark has returned. So she wants to put that mask on.
Okay, so you can find a mask. It's kind of like a Phantom of the Opera mask, like 3/4 of your face, but like with a big rictus grin kind of on one side. It's kind of spooky. None of them are very like wholesome looking masks. They're all kind of like grotesque. So
This is not like Commedia. I'm not going to find an Arlecchino.
Not exactly. No, they're mostly flat masks, like face sized and shaped, flush with your face. But
I have no idea the reference. Just wish I knew.
Do you want me to info dump about Italian masked theater?
And so Ilka explains that all to you in the hallway briefly, because that kind of mask show is a thing in Waterdeep. Okay, anyway.
So there's more masks on the wall.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to take them or do anything with them.
And Zay takes
Do you
one.
put it on,
Yeah,
Zay?
absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
It zaps you in the face for 4 damage. Immediately, like just like a really strong static shock. But you can keep it on after that if you want.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this has pokey things on it. How do I look?
It like kind of hums as you're putting it on, and like woof, it hits you, and then you're good again.
Okay.
It's super intimidating, Zay.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're rocking that.
Where
I've
did
never
Zay
been
go?
intimidating before.
And remind me, the laboratory. So I thought that Nancy went back down the hall towards the watch, towards the tower. Is that so? Is his laboratory in the tower? He's headed that way, or he went a different way?
So what you gather is that his simulacrum moved, like the one that you saw in the sarcophagus with the iron mask, blew past you into the portal towards the tower. But Nancy himself went elsewhere, back towards the lab to manage something, presumably to like wake up the simulacrum that went by.
Okay.
Guys, did you want masks too? I think it's going to make us more sneaky.
I thought you said they were pokey.
Yeah, just for a moment.
Okay. I'll take a mask too.
What kind?
I take the most swashbucklery looking one that's up there. Does anything look like? Is there a Rowan Crooks-ish mask?
I was gonna say there's one not like with a pencil mustache, but with like a long
I'd definitely take the one with the
like
long
it
mustache.
sticks out from the side,
Like a
like a good
Salvador
8
Dali
inches.
mustache.
Yeah, but
Yep.
like even bigger.
That's
Yeah.
the one I pick for sure.
Yep, and it's like a half face again. So
Okay, put it on.
okay, Lark, you are zapped for 2 damage
Ow!
to the face.
It is
Lark,
pokey.
you're so dashing.
Look at my mustache.
I love it.
It looks especially weird, like juxtaposed with your existing mustache. Like, yeah.
I'm looking for a mask that's got like teeth or tusks. That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Okay, like a lot or just like 1 or 2?
Oh, a lot of teeth.
Okay, so you find one that's kind of like a Hannibal Lecter style, like lower face mask with just like all kinds of like anglerfish teeth coming out of it, like really horrifying.
Yeah, that's the
God.
one. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
pick that up, kind of look it over, and then smoosh it up to my face.
Yeah, no one's gonna notice us, you guys.
Yeah.
This is great.
You take 5 damage as it kind of touches with your jaw, like the ends of your jaw.
Yeah.
And it stays put. Scoot.
I guess I'm looking for probably either the most innocent mask, something that a kid might wear before they graduate to the next level, or whatever is physically circumference-wise the largest mask, just something super awkward.
Okay, yeah.
One
You
of the-
find
one of
one. It's not really a mask per se, but it kind of it covers like the outside edge of your face. So like your eyes and mouth and nose are still visible, but it's like a big flower that just kind of like rests on your face, like maybe 2 foot diameter. And it's a little bit eerie looking, but like also
Like one of the
most
sunflowers from Plants vs. Zombies.
yeah, or like an Amazing Daisy from Paper Mario.
Oh,
Yeah.
the baby from Teletubbies.
That's the one.
In the sun.
That's it. It's your Teletubby baby mask.
Okay. I take it, I look it over, I give it a quick sniff, and if it's not offensive, I put it on me.
It's made of silver, so it's not very sticky.
Okay.
And you immediately take 4 damage. If this is the way the session's going to go, you guys, this is going to go great. So
You mentioned a mask, so obviously we need to do something about it. Any doors we should inspect?
there are many doors in this sanctum, yeah, and it seems to be unoccupied. So if you want to like run rampant, unless you bother the necromancer, you might be able to.
Well, like, I mean, there's 4 of us. We could all just go to one of these 4 doors and everyone opens one and we see what happens.
Sounds like a terrible-
What do you think about us splitting the party 4 ways, Matthias? Is that
With
we
these
finally get
masks
together
on.
and we're like,
That
bye.
makes Yeah.
I'm still of the mind that we should be leaving. So I know that I'm probably growing in the minority in that one, but
So we're in an extra dimensional sanctum, and we think that the eye is in or near this place, or do we want to go back to the tower? Do we think it's in the tower?
You have no inkling. Like, you haven't seen any clues related to its location. Yeah, unless you explore some more. It's hard to say up
Does
front.
someone remember specifically what Amalia said?
Amalia.
she said that the Zentarim have the eye, that they're mostly in the trades ward, and that something's going on in the towers.
Oh,
They
okay.
suspected. Yeah.
And Squidly's been hanging out with the Zentrum.
Yeah.
Should
But we don't know that the eye is here. We don't know. We have no. We don't even know if it's in the tower or the sanctum. But we
Sure.
could possibly find something here that would help us.
Yeah, I'd like to start by looking around this room to see if it reveals any potential path forward.
Like the main antechamber you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the portal? Because the main antechamber is the one that had the big Zentarim symbol on the floor, like a winged snake, that Mookie pointed out was a trap. And
Right.
so
Oh, okay.
like, if you're avoiding that, there are 4 paths out of this room. There's the one leading to the stage that the necromancer originally came from, like the big hearing audience room.
Mm-hmm.
There's the one on the opposite side that leads to the laboratory where you resurrected Lark. And then there are 2 doors, the one you came from and the one opposite that, which leads to a staircase going downwards.
You guys, there's a staircase over here. Should we go downwards?
Yeah, why not?
Going down into the purple interdimensional space? That sounds awesome. Let's do it.
Is that an accurate assessment of what we think will happen?
Well, that's where we are, right?
It's kind of like you're in like a space station floating in the void. So
That's what-
like,
okay, that's what I
yeah,
was-
you're not like
yeah.
stepping into the purple mist. You're just in this structure.
We're in a structure that's outside of
Yeah.
the world. Okay.
Yeah. Do these masks give us anything like protection, armor bump,
zaps.
zaps?
They give you zaps.
They give us zaps.
Yep.
Cool.
Zappy mask.
Good times.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
And
go
cool
down the
mustaches.
staircase. I'm going to go over to the entrance nearest to the staircase. Is there a door or just an opening?
It's just an open staircase going downwards.
Is anyone else coming with me? Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Zay
Yeah.
follows.
All right,
So you
I'm
head down
going
the
to
stairs?
head down the
Yep.
staircase, leading the way.
Yeah, it's kind of a winding staircase that goes down about 20 feet and opens up into an isolated room. It's maybe like a 20 foot by 20 foot square. There's a couple like slit windows that show the void beyond. And inside this room, it seems like kind of a reading room. There's all kinds of books lining the walls. There's a brazier of green flame in the middle of the room with 8 cushioned chairs around it. And it's empty. There's nobody in there right now. It seems like it was recently abandoned. Like there's some books kind of scattered around that maybe some Zentarim are reading that they just took off to go back to the tower and left in a hurry.
Are any of the books titled something along the lines of Where to Hide the Eye or something, like that?
You can do an investigation, right?
I'm going to actually look at the brazier. Is there anything in that looks like it might be helpful, or is it lit?
It is lit, yeah.
This whole place is lit.
Yeah, I want to. Sick.
I was actually back on your first description. I was really picturing like a beautiful green fiery bra.
Oh,
Like a brazier.
brazier,
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm upping my armor right now.
Legendary.
The less it covers, the higher the AC.
Spoken
I'm
like a
going to roll
barbarian.
investigation. I don't know if anyone else is.
Yeah, I'm investigating these books.
I'm investigating the brazier.
24 for Ilka.
Wow.
Zay's looking around for any sort of traps. And I rolled a 20.
Okay, and Lark?
14.
Scoot, were you investigating too?
Yeah, I'm probably just. I'm thinking he's thinking there's like a book with a cutout, and that's where the stone would be. So I'm literally just opening up books and shaking them, and then throwing them down.
So
I did that with a 9.
Zay, you immediately see that this green flame torch, this brazier, is enchanted, and there's some kind of like it's kind of flickering towards you as you go around the room, almost like it's kind of watching you or something, or at least it's conscious of your presence in some way.
Okay.
That's all you know, just looking at it.
You guys, something's going on with this brazier.
Meanwhile, Scoot and Lark, you don't find anything related to eyes, but you do find a really interesting book with 2 like tentacle-y creatures, like kind of floating sky jellyfish with their tentacles all like intermingled with one another. And on the cover it says Flumph mating rituals. Whatever that means to you.
I understand one of those words.
And you're kind of shaking it up, and and it seems like there's like a lot of text in it. And so as you're
Any pictures.
Not many pictures, actually. It's mostly arcane runes. And that sets you off, Ilka, as you got the highest roll, that you see that this cover that says Flumph Mating Rituals is actually a sham. And the book itself is actually a wizard spell book with all kinds of really arcane spells in it, hidden in a cover that says Flumph Mating Rituals.
That no one would think to look in.
Right.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Right. So that's what you'll
I
find.
wanted to know about meeting rituals.
Zay's so disappointed.
Oh, it's just spells.
I guess, yeah, I'd probably be pretty bummed too, especially with no pictures.
I was like, do they make a good pet? Like, should we start breeding them? Let's find
You
out.
see that behind the cover, it's actually the tome has it's made of dragon hide, the
Ooh.
outside cover.
Nice.
Yeah.
So somebody should take this.
Yeah, I'm going to go pluck it out of their hands. Like, I'm so drawn and fascinated. I don't even ask, like, hey, can I have that? I just, like, take the thing, and I'm, like, paging through it. I'm, like, testing the dragon hide skin.
There's nothing good in there anyways, so okay, you can take it.
No, it's a disguise. And I hold it up and I'm like, look, the mating flumps, it's a clever facade. And then I'm showing them all the spells inside.
And
Can they
facade-
see it?
The spells, yeah, I mean, it might not make much sense to you guys, but you can definitely see the spells. You don't recognize the magic. It all seems like pretty higher level stuff. But you do recognize one set of rituals for the Find Familiar spell, which you have some experience with. So
We need to take this book with us.
Go
it's
ahead.
mine now.
I think we might be being watched.
Why do you say that?
The brazier is looking at us.
It's just a flame.
I don't know. Can you detect magic or something on it, Ilka?
And I start doing that thing where it's like the statue is watching me, so I start walking in front of it, seeing if the eyes track me. Any luck with that? Is it tracking me as I walk back and forth by it?
yeah, it is. Whoever's closest to it,
Okay.
it kind of.
I would have moved there because I'm
Starts.
over the wizard book because that means nothing to me. So I'd have been playing with that. Can I walk all the way around it? Is it in the center of the room?
Yep.
Like, oh, this is yes, Sauron shit.
I mean, I can. What it's gonna do is
Just
tell
tell
me
you
the
if it's
school of
magical?
magic.
Okay. Can I roll insight to try to figure out if I've seen something like this before?
Sure.
21. No. 25.
Wow. I don't think you've seen... Where have you seen green flame before? In the Xanathar's lair, I think. He had some green flame torches as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the last thing that I remember you guys would have seen as the DM from a year and a half ago. So I need to roll an insight check of my own.
Hey, who's got the bag of holding?
Yo.
Scoot.
Okay, I'm gonna sleight of hand the book into the bag of holding.
So the flame doesn't see it?
Yes.
Roll it.
Which should be fine if you just kind of pretend you're tracking with me. That looks like a high roll.
22.
All right. Zoop. There it goes.
Can I insight to see if I even noticed it happening?
Yeah. Perception, I suppose.
11. Oh, perception?
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, you did not.
So now when
Sneaky.
Nancy comes and tortures you to see if you have it, you'll honestly be like, I just
Yeah,
don't
No
know.
idea it's
I
there.
left that mating book there.
Yeah.
That mating book was bullshit. It was all words. That's fucking no need for that at all.
So this is a dead end.
It
I
is
don't
dead.
see any
Yep.
stone
Okay.
in here. I mean, any eye for the stone.
There's no exit here.
Just the
We're
staircase in and out.
Are we
Right.
saying this out loud in front of the flame that is clearly... Okay.
Yeah, Lark did.
Can we extinguish the flame?
Probably. Detect magic would tell you if it's like a divination thing or an evocation thing or something, like whether someone's actually watching you.
If it's going to
or,
cost you
like-
an actual
I
spell
mean, it does
slot,
cost me a spell
Okay.
slot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably fine.
Yeah. I feel like we're pretty solid that the thing is watching us.
We'll deal with the consequences later.
Right.
Lark's had a -4 for all of his ability scores, including wisdom.
And
right
you've
now,
still rolled higher than me already today?
Lark, what is your wisdom score right now?
My wisdom score right now is 5.
Neat.
That is -3
Let's let that
to all
sink in
wisdom
for a bit.
rolls.
Neat.
All right. Should we make our way back to the wizard's tower?
Yeah, let's go back up the stairs.
All of this feels like a wizard's tower to me, so I'm just like,
Mhm.
wherever we're going, somebody show me the way.
Yeah,
Alright.
and you're back in that main antechamber again with the 4 doors on each side.
So we tried that.
You still hear the sounds coming from the lab. Occasional like,
But we've been in the lab. That's where we got Lark back to life.
yes, and that's where the necromancer went after all this went down and all of his mooks left.
I feel like he kind of told us to F off, though.
Sure
he didn't want our help.
He said, do what you want, pretty much. Get out of here safely.
Yeah, he said we weren't his concern anymore.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to say to the necromancer or do in the lab? We could go up there and check out what he's doing, or we can head back into the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, the tower. See if we can keep an eye out for. I remember
You got trapped in that, didn't you?
as we were coming in, you mentioned this wasn't really a place for children. Was that this place or the entire?
That was like starting from the moment you got there, and we're
We're
face to
like,
face with
oh.
Urstel, the guy who slit a throat,
Okay.
and just all the weaponry and random magical stuff that's all around this tower. Yeah, it's just not a very safe place.
Okay. Yeah, let's head back to where Urstel
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
was.
Off we go.
So you all put on rings and go into the portal?
Oh,
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we already got like a ring, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're in a bowl by
With
the
our
door.
masks on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you get close to the portal, the rings kind of hum a little bit. And then as you step through the portal, in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden you're back in the top of this tower. You can hear the rain falling all around you. It was silent before, but now clearly the shield is missing because the rain is pattering off this tower, and it's kind of a spring deluge. It's nighttime. There's slits around this top floor, so you can see the night outside. Lights of the city kind of flickering beyond.
Okay, so it's not like we have gone so far away that we're in a different weather climate.
No, you're back in the tower where you came from originally.
It just used to be
In the trades
protected
ward.
by a.
A shield.
But it
Shield.
wasn't raining where we were before. So whatever we went through that portal is now far enough away.
Oh yeah, he described it as extra dimensional.
Right. You were in a purple void.
My favorite.
You do hear about a second after stepping through, the last of you, whoever's last.
Me.
Scoot. You step through, get your bearings, hear the rain. Then you're kind of all rocked by a loud boom, and then kind of like a series of like follow-up boom, 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 kind of down at the base of the tower. It sounds like there's some kind of a pitched battle or activity happening down there. But you're alone in this top floor right now.
Do we see anything around on the floor?
Around where you are on this
Yeah.
top floor? Not really. No. There's a staircase going downwards, and that's about it. It's not being guarded right now.
Is this the room we ported into?
Yep. So when you got
Okay, so we
when you got
haven't seen
here
any of
from the
the rest.
Graalhund Villa, you were taken up to the top floor, and there was another portal there that you stepped through with a ring, and that took you to the sanctum.
That's
Right.
So we got to walk
Yeah, I
downstairs.
forgot
Back
that
on the
we-
top. Yep.
Yeah, so Mookie kind of led us through to this particular place. So we've seen more of this tower.
Right. You've seen a little bit of each floor.
So we need to go down a bunch of floors to get to the teleportation circle to take us back to Graalhund,
Or there's also another bridge that goes to the other tower.
Right.
which is not where we just were. We were in the giant bag of holding.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. More noises every 10, 20 seconds down below.
All right, let's go down. I start going down the stairs.
Are we going down to the? Are we
Well,
we
I'm
getting
just-
out now, or
I'm
are
just
we-
going to start heading down
Okay.
because there's nothing for us to do here.
I got to go
There's
in front
only
of
a
you.
stair down.
You're
Yeah, I'm.
Yep.
you're a giant bag of meat right now.
We
you
just got you back.
Yeah, I got to step in front of you
Okay.
on this one. So yeah, I lead the way.
I can't avoid that because my dexterity is also really low, along with all of my other stats. So-
Speaking of giant bag of meat, at the bottom of the staircase, you're faced with the back of this flesh golem that you passed earlier. It's standing on some kind of a pressure plate, and there's a kind of a curving hallway ahead of it.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't seem to be aware of you. It's just got its back to you, as you all collect at the bottom of the stairs here.
Do I have it?
It's
Go ahead.
standing on a pressure plate.
Yes,
So it seems to be like keeping something open or shut.
not clear. Mookie pointed at it as you came up and said that was a trap. Stay away
Oh,
from it.
okay.
Oh, maybe he's frozen in place. Of course, a flesh golem. Does that? Never mind. Table talk.
You can talk about it. I mean, it's not paying attention to you as you talk on the staircase.
Oh, so it hears us and isn't bothered?
Presumably.
I was not stealthing, and so I would guess that it might know we're aware. But can it move, or is it frozen in place because it sprung a trap?
It's like, shuddering slightly. It's not.
Or is this like a
totally
bouncing
frozen.
Betty where if he moves, we're all gonna blow up?
Oh no!
We don't know. Matthias is giving us like doe eyes.
Yeah, right.
This is my try me eyebrows. As you're standing there wondering, suddenly from the wall to the left of the golem, as you're facing its back, through the wall, the necromancer steps through, wearing the mask that you saw earlier. And you hear like this kind of electrical discharge behind him, and all of a sudden the sound of the rain stops all around you.
Oh.
Again. And then he kind of looks back and like nods at the wall as if there's something on the other side, and then snaps his fingers and disappears in a puff of mist.
Did he see us?
He didn't acknowledge you if he did.
So we no longer hear the rain. Do we still hear the guard trying to get in?
Yes, you hear booms down below still.
Okay, so I
Yep.
wonder if they're stuck inside.
Does the golem change?
Nope, it's still just standing there.
I'm going to touch the wall where he came through.
Okay, it is illusory. Your hand goes right through it. It's a stone wall. But it's not actually.
I make sure everybody's looking at this. Look at this, everybody! Whoa!
I run over and like stand halfway in and out of the wall and kind of put my face in and out of it, facing Lark. And like, look at this. Can you see my face?
Oh my gosh! Do
As,
that
as, you,
again.
as you poke your face through, you see what's on the other side of the
Oh,
wall. And there's some kind of a wizard there, a woman with a very angular face, standing next to this big flickering rune on the wall. It's like a big blue glowing rune that seems to be kind of shuddering, and she's doing some kind of a ritual to kind of keep it maintained. And she sees you and says, "Who are you?"
You're the only one in there.
Yeah.
Ilka.
But she seems to be looking at Lark as well as you're watching her, Ilka. And you hear this, Lark. Like it's a one-way. You see as like your face is through that it's not like a two-way illusion. So she can clearly
Oh.
see you all.
It's me, Ilka. You probably can't tell because of the mask.
No, Lark. I think she's talking to both of us.
Who?
There's a person in here.
I stick my head in.
And you see her too.
Whoa! Hello.
She says, "State your names.
Ilka.
Don't come any closer."
Okay.
I'm Lark.
She's like, "I don't know you."
Okay, who are you? What's your name?
Oh,
Okay, bye.
Lark.
I pull my head
We
back
have
out again.
masks on.
She glared
That's
at
probably
us.
confusing.
Yeah, that's probably why.
And she seems to be like really confused by the fact that you're wearing the master's masks. Like, what is going on here?
Oh no!
That's what I figured they belonged
Yeah.
to the necromancer.
I pulled my head back through the illusory wall.
Sorry we disturbed you, and I'm back through.
There's a wizard in there, and she's doing some crazy stuff. There's a big rune, and she gave us a mean glare.
The stank
she was
eye.
mad about something.
Okay.
Does she look busy? Does she look like she's maintaining a shield, perhaps?
She looks super busy
Yes,
Yeah.
like she's maintaining. this
and
room.
irritated that we poked our head in. So I feel kind of bad.
You hear her kind of muttering under her breath as you walk away, like not clear who she's talking to
So
herself or
I
to
want-
some other entity.
To gather you guys close and say, so do we want to just escape, or do we want to search, or do we want to help the guard get in? Because we can pull down the shield. It's right there.
Scoot's eyes get super wide. It's like, oh, fuck. This is so much worse than just looking for the eye.
Yeah, can we? How involved can we get in this gang war?
Wait,
It's the watch that's outside.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
And inside by the sound of it.
Yeah.
the only ones that are already here, because we're probably keeping, the shield's probably keeping more from joining potentially, or the full force might already be here. Let's take the bridge and look for the eye.
Yeah, I don't think we should take
Disabled.
on a wizard. I don't know about you guys, but I'm only level 4.
I just re-listened to that episode. It was so good.
Line from episode 17.
And then later you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure did. Not just died, disintegrated.
Okay, so the flesh golem's still standing on the plate.
yeah.
The masked clone of Nancy vanished, and then we've got the hallway leading forward, and then there are more stairs down.
Right. So this hallway kind of curves around and then keeps going downwards to the next floor, which is where you came from on your way up.
And is that? Do we know which level the bridge to the other tower is on? They said like the second level or 2
Second.
levels down.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think the
but
second
we don't
floor.
know what level we were on when we came through the portal.
True.
Can we see it through a slit?
Well, you could. Yeah, I guess you could presume from the slits on the top floor that you saw through that you were on. You went up 6 floors, so you were on the 7th floor where the portal is. Now you're on the 6th floor, and so it seems like where you started was on the ground level. That portal from the Gralhund Villa is on the ground level.
Okay.
And the bridge is on level 2.
So could someone jump out through? Are the slits large enough that we could fit through them?
As an animal, you could.
Oh, okay.
That's about it. Yep, about 6
All right.
inches.
So if we're going to do this, we have to do it quickly before the guards fight their way up to the same level as the bridge.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's go.
All right.
Back up or down?
You tell me.
Lark,
What do you guys
Lark starts to go forward again, and
Through the.
scoot. No, like down the stairs and. Scoot.
So we're not doing anything with the fake wall and the wizard lady?
No, I
As you're
don't
leaving,
think
she
so.
says, "Wait, are you those newcomers the master
Yeah.
brought in?"
Yes.
Sure.
I stick my head back in.
She says, "What did you do to our barrier?
We didn't touch. What do you mean? We were up in the lab.
You led them here, didn't you?
Who?
What?
The watch."
Where?
We didn't lead them. We came
We
through
came
a
from-
summoning or we came through a teleportation rune.
Were you followed?
Through the rune? I don't think so.
Did you give anyone else the password? I did write it down, so someone could have found it.
Was that a password or was it a spell? I'm not sure. I don't even know
I
how
think it was.
teleportation circles work.
She eyes you for a moment and seems to believe you, like the candor and the fact that wearing masks seems to be helping. Like she's not totally hostile to you. She says, "Well, maybe you were tracked or something.
Oh man.
Did you bring anything with you
Sorry about that.
from another wizard or something?"
I mean, I came in this hat.
She says, "It's a very nice hat.
Thank you.
Is it magic or something?"
No,
Not anymore.
it's just a hat, but it's a great hat.
It was an artifact, but his soul's no longer in it, and now it's just 10 silver.
Do we know any other wizards?
I have no idea. I started looking at my inventory sheet. I'm like,
I know. I'm.
am I carrying
Was
something? I
Was
got a
the
net?
diamond from
No,
The diamond's
Rainier?
disintegrated anyway.
I wouldn't have-
Yeah, we use that in the spell.
yeah, and Rainier's not a wizard.
She kind of stops bothering you and like goes back to channeling the room as you guys are.
Does
like,
Does she
searching
realize
the
how
pockets.
dumb we are?
She's all talking.
This is a dead end.
I need to maintain this.
I got stuff to do.
The DM just said, fuck this.
No, got my reasons.
Okay, so all right, interesting info. Okay, well we'll let you get back to it then. Thanks.
You're doing a great job.
She says, "Don't touch anything."
A cursory glance around the room. Do I see anything that looks like an eye?
Worth touching.
Yeah.
No, this room actually seems really like there's cobwebs and like dirt and debris kind of. It's like not very used. It's just where this rune is located. And so she's kind of here like dusting it off and making it stronger somehow with magic.
All right.
Sorry to keep bothering you, Miss Wizard. But do we need to worry about this flesh golem out here? He's standing on some kind of like trigger.
She says, yes, you do.
Like,
don't touch it.
Okay. The golem or the trigger? Or both?
She just blinks rapidly about 8 times.
Okay, thanks.
She's like splitting her attention already, and this is just like too much for her.
So as we move through these rooms, we should probably be keeping an eye out for someone that may have followed us that disrupted this rune in the first place.
Yeah, maybe so. I'm guessing we somehow did this unintentionally, but who knows?
Now I'm thinking maybe we're helping the guard by constantly going in there and asking her mundane questions. Hey, what are you doing?
The shield's going like vroom, vroom, the whole time.
Where'd you learn that?
When we teleported at the Growlhund estate, would the circle have stayed open after us if someone was able to get back through the door? Because we locked it.
You don't know.
I feel like it would have had to have been pretty quick.
Right.
Yeah,
For them
and
to
we would
get back
have
through it
seen them, right?
and use it. Right, because then it came... We were kind of waiting in that first chamber where we arrived. We met Mookie and Ulster.
Yeah.
Ulcer.
That's the Ulster.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ursula and Mookie were waiting there. If someone was right on our heels, they would have shown up.
Yeah.
Did Romalia give us anything when we chatted? She didn't,
Just
did
info.
she?
No.
She
A
physically-
sending stone.
Romalia gave us a sending stone.
Yeah.
I say as we're going down the stairs away from the wizard.
I think it's just a sending stone.
Yeah, you're probably right. We're
Yeah.
guilty of nothing.
That's right.
Nothing.
The government can't track those.
No.
We blow out the sending stone. Romalia, are you
Oh
here?
my God, it's on the 5Z network.
Romalia, are you tracking us to the sending stone?
Okay, so we're headed downstairs.
Do you say that into the stone?
No.
Where is the sending stone? Is it?
You
She
have
gave
it.
to you.
Oh.
Yep.
How do I not remember that? Sorry, guys.
That's
It was
okay.
over Discord. It's okay.
I have a sending stone from Romalia.
Yeah.
It's
That's
her- it
actually
was-
kind of shocking given the number of notes you do take.
I know.
It was Romalia's burner. She
Yeah.
gave to
That's
you.
Yeah.
right, yep.
I mean, I remember all of that. I do not remember checking.
It's one of those bricks.
Romalia waiting for us. That's
Yeah.
all I have. Okay. Thanks. And sending stone.
Mhm.
I've been chatting to Romalia this whole time.
Right.
Romalia, and then we walked in through this other door, and then
I met this wizard.
Have you been pressing transmit the whole time?
Yeah.
probably I've just been messing with it in my
Channel locked
pouches.
open.
Oh, great.
Have you like canon or like
Uh-oh.
fun imaginings?
I do feel like it was something she would fiddle with now that I remember I have it. Although I didn't remember I had it, so I've just been fiddling with it without thinking about it at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
I think I have been fiddling with it, yeah.
Okay.
So Romalia's been getting like every 7th word or so.
That sounds about right, yeah. If that's how those work.
It's not exactly. But it take a little bit more conscious effort.
So I want to head towards the bridge.
Thinking about how annoying that would be if your sending stone was going off like every 10 to 13 seconds with just one word
Yeah.
and you were powerless to shut the thing off.
Say, quit pocket dialing me.
So
right,
where
to
do
the
you go?
bridge.
To the bridge.
To the
so
bridge.
you go
We're
down the
headed down,
hallway and
yep.
down the stairs.
Yes.
To grandmother's house.
Yep.
All right. So you go down one story, and this floor was when you came up it was just like a short hallway between 2 staircases with a door that was closed. However, now that door is open because minions have been running around like crazy. And what you see through the door as you're passing is a familiar figure, kind of shackled to a workbench. It looks like Ilka is sitting there, fiddling with a small automaton in this kind of big workshop space. This whole floor is like some kind of construct workshop. There's some like forge-ish stuff that's lit and glowing.
And she's shackled.
She's shackled, working on something on a table, and she seems to be alone.
And I turn to the masked Ilka that's with us. I'm like, hey, what's behind that mask?
It's still me.
Then who's that?
Probably The
Zilka?
person we were chasing for like 12 episodes.
Zilka? Does it look like Zilka? Does she have like healthy Zilka glow?
Actually, as you look at her, she looks like extra dead. Like her hair is like clumpy and missing, and her skin is gray. Her back is to you, so but she's got her like whatever is showing of her wrists and shoulders is patchy and bedraggled and not quite alive.
Yeah, guys, even I don't look that dead.
No.
Zay approaches her and says, "You made it out of the Grolhund crypt."
And she whirls around and just stares at you, and then kind of raises her eyebrows as she sees the four of you, if you're all visible at the doorway.
Yeah, I wave.
I'm wearing a sunflower mask.
And as you get closer, Zay, you see that she's actually working on the remnants of Nim, it seems like, is on the table there, that little golem that the Grolhunds had.
Wait a minute.
And she doesn't respond. She just kind of stares at you with her eyebrows raised. And then at the four of you.
I nudge Lark. I say, I cannot remember. Do we like her or not?
It's a little bit of both, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
She
I
seems
hear
like
that.
She's a pawn.
She kind of helped us at the end, but also I feel like she wouldn't have if she'd had options. And she's tried to kill us several times, and I stole her sword.
Okay.
And her
So,
rings.
That's right. After hearing all that, which I'm assuming was said out loud, my stare turns from confused to cunning.
Okay, and you do see, as you're all in the room now, that there's like magical stuff all over this room. Like there's like weaponry and like interesting artifacts. It's just like this crazy workshop full of wizardly stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yep, that would get my attention.
yeah. And she can't really move more than a few feet from her bench that she's at.
I would start touching stuff.
I remember she never spoke.
Yeah,
I
she
assume
can't.
she's still not.
She can't speak.
Right.
Right.
And as you talk to her, she kind of points to her throat and like does a little nod to indicate
Still can't.
no puedo. Yeah.
You know, if you were still a hat,
You could talk to her.
this would be taken care of.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
that was selfish of you.
That's a bad move on our part.
We could have had a diamond and a psychic. hat.
I think there's a way you could shapeshift back into that.
Right. You just got to clap in the special pattern.
He still has his lycanthropy things, but it turns him into a hat instead.
Instead of a ferret.
A weird hat.
Anytime you're in the moon.
What would trigger it? Yeah, maybe not so. Yeah.
I'm going.
Every fashion week.
Zilka, do you want Zilka? Do you want us to take the shackle off?
She looks at it and she nods like really directly and really clearly.
Okay.
And she like points to like those like hammers and various implements all around the room.
I
She
do
can't quite
still
reach.
have my thieves' tools, and so I am going to try to pick the lock on. Is there a lock on the shackle, or is it one that's like forged?
It's like
and needs-
welded. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go grab. Well, that's not. Scoot, look at these implements on the wall.
Neat. Yeah.
You could maybe hack apart her shackle.
I look for something. It probably end up being something you never use it for, like a chisel and a hammer. So
Okay.
I would just, whatever seemed like could get the job done.
Like a basic tool. Yeah.
Yeah, just something like that. And I would try to just brute force wherever I could at whatever seemed like the weakest point.
In the not like breaking her wrists method.
Like the anchor to the floor, not her wrist, presumably.
Yeah, and
Something.
then once I'm told that, I move away from her wrist and I move to the floor.
Like both Ilkas, like, are like "Ah-tat-tat-tat."
And I try to play it off like I was going there the whole time. Like just that rounded way.
So, do we think
And then
that
I start working on that.
Roll strength. Go ahead. Say.
Do we think Zilka is connected
22.
to the cult of Asmodeus?
Asmodeus.
So as you say that, clang, the like 2-inch thick padlock chain just shatters.
Nice.
One deft stroke from.
That's a 22 for you.
Scoot. Yep.
Yes, she is connected to the cult of Asmodeus.
Okay.
But we don't know in what way.
And as you do that, some of the weaponry and armor around the room suddenly like shudders to life and begins to assemble a humanoid form near the fire near you. And she kind of turns towards it and begins like swinging the remnants of her chain on her wrist around like a weapon and gets into like a battle stance. Roll for initiative, everyone.
Oh, boy.
Can I not flee to the bridge?
After
You're
you roll for
free,
initiative.
and then run away.
Oh, jeez. Like, that was sweet. See ya.
How do I calculate? Let's see. Okay, that's 2, and then
Whatever your roll is, minus like 90.
Zay at 15.
Ilka at 14.
This is easy then. Scoot at 13.
I think I'm at 16.
Oh, you dick.
Or it might be 17. It's tricky because I have minus to all my stats, but then I also have because of rakish audacity, I have a bone. It doesn't matter. It's like 16 or 17.
So 15, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, that's
Once
hilarious. I wasn't
again.
even listening to you guys.
Our massively nerfed rogue is tanking.
Again.
Yeah, Lark, you can go first. It seems like an animated suit of like armor and weaponry, kind of in a humanoid form. That's starting to clank its way towards you, brandishing a big old broadsword.
Oh, God. And then, like, all of the magical items that were scattered all around the room, those are the things that pull together into this, or there's still some of that stuff
No, there's
left?
still all kinds of stuff all around. This is actually more like the non-magical looking stuff. It's just like plain old armor and weapons.
Is there any kind of magical item that looks like a finesse weapon, a one-handed sword, something?
Roll
Scimitar.
perception, just to see what you see.
Oh, shit. And perception goes off.
Wisdom.
Yeah, so that's a 2.
You find it looks like you don't see any finesse type weapons. What you do see is it looks like kind of a little like billy club. It's like a little wooden like 1 foot
Yep,
like music stick.
that's
kind
what I
of thing.
grabbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
A thick wand.
So I go for that, and then how far away was that? Do I have any?
It's a pretty tight room. It's like a 30-foot diameter, so like you can move to that and move to her if you'd like.
I'm gonna move to that and then move to Scoot.
Okay. Nice. Wow. Look at that strategic progress we've made, everybody. The stick seems to be like humming oddly in your hand as you pick it up. It's not just a stick.
Interesting.
You quickly realize as you're carrying it.
Okay. I'll try to get a sense of what's going on with that while everyone else takes their turn.
Please tell me you just picked up a broom of flying.
It's like a 1 foot broom. You gotta balance on it. That'd be fun. Okay, Zilka moves next, and she leaps over the table where Nim's remains are located, and tries to clip the armor with her chain remnant on her wrist, and just slams into it. And she does not seem to have any effect on it. Like she whacks it really hard on the shoulder blade, and just kind of like the scraps of metal that make up this suit just kind of shift back into place after she hits it. She kind of starts to circle around it slowly, trying to get to its exposed side where the weapon isn't. Next is Scoot.
I had 13.
Oh, you had 13. Sorry, Zay.
Do I see any of those windows?
Nope, no windows in this room.
No windows in this room. I pull out the sickle of windiness and aim it at the assembled parts, trying with an attempt to blow them apart.
Go for it.
I crit 20.
What?
Nat 20.
What does that mean?
Extra 1d4 lightning damage as well. I don't really know what that means.
Means you roll damage twice.
Roll damage twice.
Yep.
But your modifier's once. So whatever. What's the sickle windiness?
1d4 plus dex. So 2.
And then an extra 1d4 from lightning. So
And
it'll be
then
2d4
again.
plus another d4.
Okay. 4, 7 plus 2, so 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3, 6, 7, 8.
Lightning.
Lightning.
Nice.
But it's noisy.
17. So yeah, so the whole room is rocked with this loud thunderclap as this lightning bolt and windstorm kind of shoots out from your scythe that you swing in the air. And that rocks the lightning and knocks off a number of chunks of metal from it. And it kind of starts to reassemble itself as you kind of take your battle stance from that big magical attack you just did.
Whoa!
Seems to have a really good effect. So next is going to be Ilka.
I want to use some True Strike on this thing and figure out what the heck it is and what I can use against it. So I'm going to get in a really intimidating stance and thrust one hand out and point a finger at it, and it's going to tell me a little bit about the target's defenses. And I get some advantage.
So you have advantage. Do you learn like
my
its armor
next
class or
turn,
something?
I'll gain advantage in my first attack roll.
Okay.
But does it tell me anything about insight into my target's defenses?
It seems like it is very well armored. It's basically made of armor, so whatever
Great.
you're attacking it with has to be able to damage metal.
That's cool. Great.
Yep.
Am I wielding my sword? Do we have our weapons?
Yep, you do.
Okay. That's a cantrip. It's one action. Can I still do anything?
You can do a move. A cantrip is your actions. You can do a bonus action or a move action. Still.
I'm gonna bonus action and throw some bardic inspiration at Scoot
Nice.
in the form of I think today he's some Led Zeppelin.
Awesome.
Sick. Like immigrant song. Or...
Yeah, on an accordion.
Strangely works for me too.
Yeah.
Cool. At this, the armor whirls towards Zilka and takes a swing at her. 2 swings. And hits her once. It kind of hits her with the flat end of the sword and does 8 damage to her.
Dang.
Is that Zilka?
Zilka. Did I say Ilka? I meant Zilka.
Okay.
No, I'm still pretty far away.
Yeah. So that takes us to Scoot.
Okay. I would also like to make the briefest of glances to see if there's any sort of weapon, specifically bludgeoning, that looks magic
Okay, roll perception.
around here. That's 15.
Near you on a table, you see what looks like a big, shiny shield.
Okay.
Like a one-handed, not like a tower shield, but like a pretty big, like knight's shield.
Mm-hmm.
With like kind of a strange diamond symbol on the front. It looks it's kind of glowing a little bit
Okay.
with light glimmering slightly.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah.
I'd probably grab that then, if
Okay.
that's the first thing that came to my eye. Because when I see the thing constantly just like bringing pieces together, it makes me feel like maybe don't pierce this thing, just bash it.
Right.
So I'd probably grab that, and then can I use it as a weapon?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, then I would do that, like just two-hand, just try to smash him with it.
Cool.
Let's see. Does it? Can I? I guess I probably don't know. So okay, yeah, I'm just doing this. I am not raging yet. I should have been though. What are we thinking for proficiencies or anything on that?
I will say you're proficient with it
Okay. Well,
as a weapon, like 1d6 damage or
I
something.
don't think it's gonna matter. 8 plus. Yeah, it'd be like 11. So probably not if it's all armor.
Yep. Yeah. It kind of steps out of the way. It's got some nimbleness to it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to hit it with a shield.
You do see though on the backswing that it seems like the diamond symbol in the front of the shield is now a dolphin. Oddly enough,
I'm so happy.
not like a tie-dye dolphin, but just like a straight up like deep Seychelles dolphin.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. So something's going on there.
Oh, I guess I moved into range to do that then.
Yep.
So I'm probably just standing right there.
Yep. That takes us to Lark once again.
Have I gotten a sense of the little wooden thing?
It's not clear what it does, but you can try and use it if you want. To
I'm
see
going
what
to.
happens. Okay.
Yep, I'm going to hit the pile of metal with my wooden stick.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
All right.
With advantage because it's flanked by 2
Okay.
people.
So 17. Any modifiers?
It would be your strength and your proficiency.
So then minus
It'd be like
2,
a club.
15.
Yeah. Okay. -2? Oh, for your
Minus
strength.
2 for my strength.
And then +2 for proficiency. So
Oh, I get proficiency in wooden sticks. All right, cool.
Yep.
Then I'm back to 17.
17. Okay. So as you swing down with it, it seems like it's going to step out of the way again, like it's dodging you. But then the end of the stick suddenly projects about 15 feet outwards into this like long staff-like thing. It just zoop, like scales out. And that takes it by total surprise, and you clip it with a staff. So you can roll 1d6 damage plus your strength.
Isn't it a 30-foot room?
Yeah, so like you brush against the ceiling pretty much. That's as far as it gets. Yeah.
Plus my strength because I have a -2 for strength.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 1 point. Boom!
Bam! It seems more surprised than damaged. That takes us to Zilka. She's going to try to smack it again. And she misses. She clanks against it one more time. So, Zay, it's your turn.
I'm going to attack with my Sickle of Windiness again. I forget what I
You have advantage on it because it is surrounded by 3 people now.
So do I roll again?
Mm-hmm.
But I take the higher roll, right?
Yes.
I don't know what to add to my 7.
Your proficiency and your dex. So that'd be +4, right? So it'd be an
Yes.
11. So that's not enough to hit it.
Okay.
Yeah, this charge wasn't as magical as the last one. Just the wind kind of blows past it.
Yeah.
Do you want to move or do anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to look around and see if just reach out and grab a magical object as well, or presumably
Roll
an
perception.
object.
Yeah.
9.
All these mid-battle searches for loot. I love it. Okay. You don't see any like weapons or like useful things for the fight. But near you on the workbench closest to Zilka's, you see what looks like a small like feathered circlet of unclear origin or use. But again, it's got some kind of a magical aura to it that you can sense immediately.
Do I have time to grab it?
Yeah. Move over there and grab it, and that'll be the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes us to Ilka.
It's a machine, but everyone's right up next to it, so Shatter's gonna be a bad time for them. Can it take? Well, we're gonna try vicious mockery. Yeah. So I'm gonna call it a cheap Zultron knockoff, and nobody wants a machine that falls apart when someone hits it with a little dinky stick, and
Just talking about your stick, dude.
yep.
Little dinky.
Yep,
It's 15 feet long.
It's the name of
It
it.
was a
that's
grower.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
We tried. Good lord, that's where this is going. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna insult the machine monster with vicious mockery.
It's been a long pandemic.
Okay. So it makes a charisma save, wisdom save?
It needs a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It seems totally unfazed. And in fact, as you yell at it, or however you do it, it seems to get more incensed, and it kind of like creaks and groans in a metallic way before holding out its empty hand and pulling like another big hammer over to it. So now it's dual wielding weapons.
Oh.
Angrily.
No.
Great.
That takes us to the suit of armor, which is going to attack, I think, Scoot with a big old shield.
Shit. Am I also using this shield as armor at this point?
I would say no if you're holding it with two hands.
Okay.
Yeah. So a 21 hits you.
Yep.
But a 9 does not.
Nope.
So you are going to take 5 damage,
All right.
bludgeoning damage from the hammer. It clocks you.
I want that hammer.
Yep. It's just a little bit worse than the mask you just put on a moment ago.
The sunflower on my face.
Yeah. So then it's your turn, Scoot.
Okay. Let's see. I want to take. Let's see. I guess I would now readjust and use this shield as a shield,
Okay.
and I want to make a shoving attack.
Yeah.
So, what's that?
Just cheering you on.
Oh, thanks. So this is an attack action to make a melee attack to shove him, hopefully to knock it prone.
Okay.
That's my goal on this. So
So it's opposed strength athletics rolls?
it says it's an attack action, but to use it as an so. Which way do you want to do it?
Why don't you do an attack roll
Attack roll. Okay.
with strength?
And how do I use inspiration? Bardic inspiration.
You
Does-
add her die modifier to it, which is a D8, Beth? Your bardic inspiration die?
Yes.
Okay. Which is good. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use... I'm going to, in fact, use one of my luckies to re-roll a d20. Why am I using the same one? That's stupid. That's fucking less. All right. And the d8... I probably shouldn't even waste it. Oh, the d8. Here we go.
Do it.
I'm doing it. 7. So we are looking at 12. And with my other attack things, that would be a 17.
That'll do it. So you knock it prone with your shield.
That's my goal.
Bash it in the face, and it lands on its back.
Yep.
Still holding on to everything, but surrounded by enemies and prone at this point. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I suppose that was what I've had. Never mind.
he's
He's down. That's all I cared about.
Yeah. So now it's Lark's turn.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to take another look on the wall for a magical weapon that I think Scoot could use. I'm looking for like a heavier sort of, a hammer or something along those lines, a giant club.
Yeah, you don't see any magical weapons. You do see like a lot of forge implements, like bigger hammers and tongs and things. But that's about it at first glance.
Okay, I'm going to head for the biggest hammer that I can see. And as I do that, I'm going to shout to Ilka, you should shatter this guy. Do I have anything left in my turn? If so, I'm going to grab the hammer and try to get it back to Scoot.
Okay, make a strength roll just to make sure you can like pry it off the wall and lug it.
16.
Yeah, that'll totally do it. So Lark hefts this big old like 5-foot kind of like war hammer off the wall and runs it back towards you, Scoot.
Just two-handed?
For him it is.
For me?
Yeah, to be really effective with
Okay.
it.
And I'm like dragging it on the floor. I'm like, and it's like scraping it on the floor because I can't
Just
quite
screwing
lift it
up
up.
the liqueur.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word or not.
The wooden liqueur?
Yeah, liqueur.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Jägermeister.
It's lacquer.
Lacquer, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Liqueur.
Okay.
It's brazier and lacquer.
Not brazier and
No.
liqueur.
The green
No.
flamey bra and the booze on the floor.
So he's knocked down, and there's a warhammer within reach.
Yeah.
Cool.
So then it's Zay's turn. Oh, no, it's Zilka, sorry.
That's what I thought.
Zilka's going to slam it one more time. Or actually, Zilka's going to reach for the warhammer if you let her take it.
Totally.
Yeah, as long as, like, Scoot doesn't have it actively, like, hefted.
I don't think I think at this point I'm still probably over the guy, or at least by the guy. So
Okay.
I
Then
don't think I've had a chance to reach back and get it.
yeah, then she'll take that thing and come swinging at the animated armor.
Oh, and it's prone now or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She
Prone.
crits it.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
That's bad news.
Bad news.
Prone. Yep.
And she does a good 10 damage.
Nice.
So it's almost it's like barely holding together at this point. Like there's loose pieces of armor kind of connected magnetically but not touching. And it's struggling to get up. So it's Zay's turn.
So yeah, everyone has advantage on it.
Okay,
for
I
attack rolls.
heard Lark bellow out for shatter, so I'm going to step farther back, but still bearing the sickle of windiness. I'm going to try to attack. 21.
Yep.
8.
8 damage. That's enough. So the last remaining pieces kind of get blown around the room by this magic attack. And then they go inert. And it's just the 5 of you standing there this time, with the pieces of Nim kind of clicking in the center of the room.
And Lark sees Zay like standing in the remnants of this thing with the sickle of windiness. He's like, "Whoa, epic!" Just like it looks like an album cover or something. This is amazing.
Yeah.
I instinctively just throw some dancing lights to like backlight her.
I put one foot up on the nearest piece of armor that's like
Nice.
all by itself.
Zilka
Yeah.
pops in 5 more dancing lights of like the opposite color on the spectrum, so it's just like really on display. Yeah.
Scoot takes a step
Same
back
instincts.
and stands there and watches the scene for a second and just goes,
That's the sound of Nim clicking in the center of the room. It's like the same beat, like a metronome. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Also kind of looking around, seeing if there's any one-handed weapons I can use.
Yeah, it's mostly hammers, and there's the broadsword and the one-handed hammer that the armor was using.
Yeah.
So if you want to take some more mundane weapons, there's a bunch.
If it's all mundane, then no.
Okay.
So I took away the sickle of windiness and start to finger the feathered circlet to try to see if I can discern anything about it.
Not at first glance, just by touching it.
Sure.
It's got some kind of like Elvish words on it.
Ooh.
If you read Elvish,
I
it's obviously
do?
old. It's got like inlaid silver along the edges.
Where's my languages? Oh no Elvish.
I read Elvish.
Ilka, check this out.
Sweet. I gingerly take this beautiful feathery circlet out of her hands and turn it around and use my Elvish to translate
Oh, the words. It says on this like fine silver filigree on the inside. It says, "May we fly with our winged friends forever."
Oh,
Basically.
Ilka. No, I'm Ilka. Zay. I think maybe it'll give you some flight powers. It says, "May we fly with our winged friends forever."
Then you and I can both fly with
Right.
birds. I'm gonna just attach it to one of my bags for now. I don't want
Holster
to
it, yeah.
try it out yet, quite
Okay.
yet.
And I am putting little Dinky into my belt.
Little dinky.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, after the fight, it starts to kind of zoop back down to like about 1 foot length again. Pretty quick.
Nice.
Lark, I love your little dinky.
And see, I was worried that fingering the circlet was going to be the dirty thing that got said.
I didn't
What's
even think of this.
Zilka
I was
doing?
like,
What's
yeah.
Zilka doing?
Zilka is collecting the pieces of Nim and kind of like putting them into like a pack to store on her back, like Chewbacca style in Empire Strikes Back with 3PO, with like the head kind of looking around still with its like one ruby eye kind of scanning the room. And she's just kind of watching the four of you again. She's not speaking, so she's kind of waiting to see what you do.
Zilka, do you have a plan of escape, or do you want to come with us?
She like rasps like, and then pauses and looks around for like a writing implement and finds one on one of the benches nearby and begins to write quickly. And she hands you a note which reads, "Thank you. I would like to leave. However, I do know that there are explosives in the adjoining tower, which you could use to get some payback, which I would like to use to get some payback." That's all it says.
Payback for your imprisonment?
She nods.
She wants us to blow up the tower, guys.
Zilka, before we blow it up, there's a really specific object we have to find, and we're concerned that if we blow it up, we'll never find it. Have you seen... I don't even know what the thing looks like.
It's a little
It's a
gem.
marble, right? It's like a...
Yeah,
a
it's like
stone.
the size of a marble. Yeah, it's like this really iridescent
Do we
stone.
know what
sort of
color this one is?
opal-ish.
Oh, this one's opal?
They all are kind of that way, yeah, like different shades,
Okay.
but
Alright.
kind of a rainbowy sheen.
I mean, as long as we're out of initiative, I'm just going to cantrip and create an image using minor illusion
Yeah.
of this stone we're looking for.
Perfect.
And she looks at it and then starts writing again, and she passes you a note which says, "I have not seen this stone, but the master keeps a safe in his private quarters."
Where are the private quarters?
She
Oh,
points.
I don't
She
know.
points
Did,
upwards.
did I see your note? Maybe not.
She hasn't seen the
Is
stone.
it back in the void?
She narrows her eyes at you when you say that.
But I mean,
She points
yeah,
upwards.
I mean, that's what. Yeah, if that's his private quarters, that is probably back up at the lab.
All right. I say we go find this safe, get the stone if it's in there, and then we can use them explosives and blow this place to Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Whoop.
I'm going
mean-
to tell Romalia about the... I take out the... Guys, what do you think if I take the sending stone out and tell Romalia about the explosives in the other tower?
That's a good idea.
I remove the sending stone from my pack and I say, Romalia, come in. It's safe.
And you hear like a kind of a clicking sound, and then all of a sudden like, "Zay?
Yeah.
Zay, is that you?
Yeah. Hi, Romalia.
Where are you?
I'm in a tower.
Where in the tower?"
I'm in a wizard room with lots of magic objects.
And you hear like and you hear like a kaboom down below you, and then you hear like a like in the sending stone.
Romalia, where are you?
She says, "I'm at the base of the tower. We're penned in. They're encroaching on us. We can't get out. The shield's back up. What do you know?"
We know the source of where the shield is held together.
"Where?"
The 6th floor. There's a pretend wall.
"Can you do anything about it?"
Got any ideas for taking out a 10th level wizard?
"I don't know what that means."
Me either. Yeah, what do you want us to do? How do we there's a giant rune that keeps
Break it.
break the rune.
Yes. Douse it. I don't know.
Douse it. All right. We're on it.
Thank you.
Stay
Keep me
out.
updated, please.
Was
Zay,
there
did you want
anything
to tell her
wanted
about the explosives?
I take this. Romalia, come in and say.
And you hear like another fumbling sound for a few seconds. Wait, what is it?
Apparently, there's explosives in the other. There's explosives in the other adjacent tower across the bridge from the second level.
We just got pushed down to the first level. We'll try to make a break for it.
Okay. Shh.
Yeah. Why do you keep going?
Over and out. Shh.
Okay.
I put the setting zone back in my pouch.
And when she doesn't say anything, I go, just to close it off.
Meanwhile, Zilka has been grabbing like a hammer to like break the chain off of her wrist. And she's busy doing that.
I could have done that.
No,
Yeah,
just
I thought
herself.
she left already.
No, she's hanging out with you guys.
She wants to use the boom booms.
Okay, so brain go. We need to go upstairs, get a safe. We also need to go back across the bridge to get to that rune.
We never crossed the bridge yet. We're still making our way down.
So we go up a lot to get to that rune.
The rune
Yep.
is one story up from you right now.
Yeah, we
Oh.
only made it down one floor.
Where's the safe?
Back through the portal.
Oh, I've just got them flipped. Okay, cool. Let's go up first, hit that rune, see if we can give some help to Romalia. Yeah, that'll be fine. That wizard's not gonna be unhappy about that.
I have a ring of disguise self.
And
And
speaking
the
of that,
master's masks.
Ilka actually writes a note. She finishes breaking this manacle from her wrist. Zilka, sorry. Other Ilka.
Yeah.
And writes you a note, Ilka, that says, "Do you have my rings?" And that's it.
Lark, do you still have the rings?
I was wearing them when I got disintegrated.
Nobody ever picked it up. I guess not.
We took all the ash and every. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I got disintegrated by a beholder. Sorry about that. I don't remember which one it was.
She stares at you.
Wasn't he wearing one and Zay wearing one?
I have one, yeah.
She writes a note that says, "You were disintegrated."
Yeah.
And she looks at you and kind of like checks your person out, and then writes another note saying, "Why are you still standing?"
It's a really long story, maybe for a different time. You could check the backlog of episodes if you're interested.
She writes, "Are you a clone?"
Yes, I am. I think that's how that worked. I got brought back. There was some dust and a diamond and my hat, and yeah, and then we were up in the lab. I think I'm a clone. Are you a clone?
She doesn't respond. She kind of looks down, sort of frustratedly, and then writes "Lucky you" on the note.
Oh,
and that's it.
Maybe
You came
some
back not imperfectly.
maybe someday you can be a clone too.
Oh no.
You say that to her?
Yeah.
She
Don't be- I like-
stares at Ilka.
I like pat her on
almost angrily, but more just kind of overwhelmed as you say that.
Oh, I was patting her on the shoulder. I was trying to say it
She's-
reassuringly.
Not even reacting to that.
Oh.
Her shoulder feels weirdly mushy.
Sorry, Zilka. I don't know how I upset you, but I feel bad about it.
She dusts herself off and picks up the warhammer and the backpack with Nim in it.
Okay, we're going up. If you want to help us open up the shield, Zilka.
She nods. Did you talk about the other ring at all or no?
Yeah, I bring it up to these guys. Yeah, I think we should disguise ourselves as Nancy and tell the wizard to join in the fight.
Oh, your disguise self ring that you got from somewhere else?
Oh no, this is Zilka's ring.
Oh, cool. I wasn't sure if that, because she was asking about the rings. She passed Ilka a note. It was a different. Oh, I feel like I put my foot in it.
So, good plan, everybody?
This is awkward.
Who wants to be Nancy?
It'll just give us the image of Nancy,
Yeah, but we also have his masks, so that might be helpful.
and I
in
can
some-
minor illusion to create a sound which can mimic someone else's voice.
Ah.
So between
Oh,
us,
sure. Yeah.
I'm imagining Lark is like trying really hard to put his hand up, and Scoot is like working really hard to pull it down again.
Who's the who's closest to his actual stature amongst us? Would we
Probably
say?
Scoot.
Probably Ilka, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
excellent.
carry myself like a wizard.
Yeah. He's
I'm
not
all-
a big person.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's a Barty sort of wizard swagger.
Okay. I hand Ilka the ring of disguised self.
And how does Zilka's eyes look as she watches the ring go from Zay's hand into Ilka's hand?
She kind of like, her eyes dart back and forth, and she seems like really skeptical at first, but as long as Ilka has it, actually, she's a little bit more okay with that.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
So my plan, I'm going to put this on my finger. I'm going to go upstairs. I will minor illusion my voice, go in and tell that wizard that she needs to get somewhere else. Where can I send her where she won't actually... Because I don't want to send her down to Ramalia's people.
Oh, fair point.
I want to send her away.
We could tell her she needs to get rid of the explosives in the other tower.
Or she needs to fetch them. You could say, like we just learned some intelligence, that the watch got pushed down to the first floor. So you could say that the bridge is cleared, the watch is pushed down to the first floor, get to the explosives in the other tower.
Lovely. Love it. All right.
We'll stay out. Wait, where should we stand? Will you go in?
Because she's going to come back down here.
Yeah, she's going to go down the stairs.
Where can you hide?
I can cast Pass Without a Trace, and we could try following behind you and then standing near the...
Yeah, can we go like up the stairs on the other side of the flesh golem and stay out of the way?
Yeah.
just like grouped up behind the flesh golem.
Yes.
Yeah. But with Pass Without a Trace on us.
Yeah,
Let's
so we'll
try it.
actually go first and try sneaking past,
Yeah.
and you'll follow up as a distraction.
Yeah.
/ the main.
I like this plan.
Also,
Okay.
she wasn't too bothered by us in the past. I feel like she thinks we're a bunch of clods and not a huge threat. So if we're out of the way, and especially if she sees the Nancy telling her not to worry about them and to go join the fray. Okay,
I like the plan.
let's do it.
Okay.
Go
Do I
team.
need to roll to cast Pass Without a Trace?
Nope. You roll
Okay.
stealth.
Oh, right.
As you're going, Zilka takes the manacle that was on her wrist that she just broke and gives it to you, Ilka. And like, with a face saying like please take this, raised eyebrows. And on it, you can see there's runes lighting up the inside of the manacle. There's like 10 different runes on the inside of the bracelet.
Ooh,
Not really clear what it does, but she just kind of gives it to you like you should have it.
I take it.
No. And that's it. So you go up the stairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should roll stealth first.
If you're being sneaky.
Well, we just want to be sneaky once we're past the... Well, okay, yeah, that's a good point.
We want
Let's-
to pass
yeah.
her, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Big money, no whammy, no whammy. Ew.
But you add plus 10 because of Pass Without Trace, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be 16 for me.
14.
Okay, so how does this play out? Like the three of you sneak by first, and then you go in, Ilka? The four of you, I guess, with Ilka?
I'm at like I'm still in the high mid-20s. I have to kind of estimate all these things.
What did you have, Zay?
14.
14, 16?
16.
I am not stealth, but I have the ring on, so I look like the necromancer.
Right. So who goes first? You guys pass the golem or Necromancer Ilka?
We're going to go first and get behind the golem so that when hopefully the
On the
idea
stairs.
is up on the stairs past the door so that when the wizard comes out hopefully and goes down the stairs she won't go the direction we're in. That's our plan anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she doesn't
Wait.
seem to react to you guys as you pass by.
What am I telling the wizard? It just went out of my head.
Do we need to come back down and whisper it to you?
Ilka says this as she's standing in the doorway, with the wizard glancing back at her and then like freezing what she's doing.
Oh, yes.
The wizard is like petrified a little bit to see you there standing.
Fake it. Fake it.
Great. I go in. I minor illusion on myself. I create the sound of the necromancer's voice, and I use a little extra charisma bravado to make it intimidating. And I tell her we've been breached. We need to immediately send her out of this room. There are explosives in the other tower, and I need her to go over there and set the explosives off.
Awesome. I love the way this is going.
You can roll persuasion or intimidation, your call.
If this works, it's like no fourth act, right? We're just going home.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I'd given her guidance.
Huh.
13.
The wizard says, "Yes, master," and like books it past you as the rune kind of flickers on the wall. It seems pretty stable at this point.
Great.
But she disappears around the corner and down the stairs. She seems a bit flustered.
That's fine.
Yep.
Cool.
And she looks back over her shoulder at the group of you, like sneaking past the flesh golem. Like she totally saw you all there, but just isn't questioning it. Like she saw you come up with the master, and so she's just like,
Yep.
okay.
All
Okay,
right,
I'm
then.
gonna count to like 15 until she's definitely gone, and then cast Shatter at the rune.
Nice. Okay.
Is there any more reason for us to be going down the stairs here? Do we have to go down there too? Are we following her?
Well, not right now, but eventually we're going to need to get out of the tower.
Okay.
But not now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you do? You cast Shatter.
She's casting
So
Shatter.
you roll damage.
Yeah, I have nothing to worry about because no one else is here.
Oh,
I
nice.
cast the shit out of Shatter.
I pull out the sending stone and I say, Romalia, here it comes. Brace yourself.
She says, "All right, we have reinforcements outside." And you hear like yelling and clangs over the microphone.
And the rune takes 18 thunder damage if it fails its save.
It doesn't even get a save.
Great.
Yeah, that totally destroys the rune. Boom, there's a big crater on the wall where it used to be.
Nice.
And psh, the sound of rain again fills the room. And that's all you get for the moment. So where do you go from there?
Me?
The four of you.
I would watch the stairs now to see if she knows that if she has a hint that, well, if she can hear rain now,
Right.
she knows the room just got fucked up. She's coming back up here.
Ilka, come on, let's go.
I book it out.
Okay. And you see the wizard at the end of the hallway, like poking her head up to see all of you kind of standing around watching. Unless you're moving.
I
Oh,
holler
yeah.
at her again. Go, go, there's no time.
She's like, the ward.
The explosives.
Well argued.
She furrows her brows and seems really uncomfortable with this, but then nods and goes back down the stairs again.
Nailed
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Zay continues running up the stairs towards the portal. She has her M emblazoned ring on and is ready to
I'm
jump
following.
through the
Yep.
portal.
Voop, 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 voop. And you're back in the sanctum again. It's still silent.
We're looking for a safe.
Yes.
Within the lab.
Can I
Within
investigate?
his
Is Ilka
private.
still with us?
Oh yeah.
So she's still with you. Yep.
Okay.
She put on a
Okay.
ring too.
All right. Zilka, the safe you mentioned, you think it's in his lab?
She shrugs. She looks around like she's never been here before. She's getting her bearings.
Can you remind me, are there doors in this room or it's all one room?
Well, there's like the central room with 4 doors extending out. One to the lab, one to the theater, and the stage door that he came from when you first met him. One to the staircase going down to the reading room, and one going back to the portal that you came from.
And we didn't think it was in the reading room because we looked around.
Pretty thoroughly.
Yeah, it was mostly books.
Were there more doors in there?
In the reading room?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
There's nothing here in the lab.
Well, we're not in the lab. I thought
not
we
in
were,
the
but
lab
we're in
yet.
like this atrium, sort of.
All right. I'm going to move towards the lab and I'm going to try to be sneakier. 24.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of peek around to see what's happening inside.
And the necromancer is there in the center of the room with a staff in hand, like a big glowing, obviously magical wizard staff. And he's standing over this scrying pool, doing some kind of arcane manipulation on the pool with his back to you. He doesn't seem to notice you.
I'm going to wave the rest of the Scooby Gang over.
I'll try to be stealthier now too. It wasn't great last time. 22.
Yeah, he's busy with whatever he's doing. So
Okay.
I'm going to take the ring off so he doesn't know I copied him.
makes sense.
If the stealth doesn't work,
Yeah.
nice. And so that now that we're looking into the lab, are there doors in here other than the one we're standing in?
There's one door on the far end. Yep.
Open, closed,
Open right now.
and can we see what lies beyond? Like what is in there?
Yeah, it looks like sort of a resting area. Like there's chairs and a pantry, and it seems like that's where some of the guards came from when they were all rushing out. So it seems like sort of a rest area for whoever stays in this sanctum.
But not necessarily a private chambers.
Right.
Yeah.
Closer to like a barracks.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Exactly.
like.
Do we see a safe?
No. No such safe.
The master's.
He's at the scrying pool.
Sorry. Zilka told us that the master keeps a safe in his chambers. Are we 100% this is who she's referring to when she says the master, now that we're already up here?
You ask that, and she's like
Okay.
nodding. Yes.
And she
Okay.
did point up.
True, yeah.
Do you think that these are his private chambers, Zilka, the lab, or do you think this would be someplace else, Zilka?
She shrugs and shakes her head.
I
Says,
say whisper it. I whisper it in our cone of silence here.
yeah.
Yeah.
She shakes her head and is looking around, and she almost steps on that trap in the center of the room before she kind of like blinks and notices the pressure plate and jerks out of the way, kind of nimbly steps around it towards
We
the
didn't
other
warn
way.
her about that. Oh.
Not the staircase, but the theater room where he received you originally, and starts checking out that room.
Yeah, I moved that direction as well.
Yeah, I'm going with her. I don't see many other options in here.
Okay. So this theater room again, there's all kinds of space in there. There's benches for audiences. There's like a little sparring area that's been abandoned. And then there's the stage, like the raised podium that he addressed you from originally, with a door leading out away from the side of it, which is where he came from originally.
Aha. And there's no one in this room.
Nope, it's empty.
I make my way towards that door and then peek inside.
The stage door.
Yes.
Yeah, and you peek inside. It looks like there's a small staircase going downwards about 10 feet. It's open, and it seems like there's a bed chamber down there of some kind. Like the
I
private quarters.
wave everyone over again.
Getting closer.
I follow. I go where Zay points me to.
Mm-hmm.
And go down the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, there's a large bed with purple sheets.
So much purple.
There's a table with legs carved to resemble winged serpents.
Fancy.
And there's another staircase kind of hooking around to the right that goes downwards even further, about another 10 feet to a lower room. This seems like kind of a bed chamber, and it's empty, aside from a couple accoutrements. Mirror.
I keep going down the next staircase as well.
Okay. Downwards further, down and down you go, you get to what looks like more of a study. This room seems to be where like more kind of arcane rituals are done. There's books all over the place. There's a sort of a pedestal in the middle of the room with what looks like a big like arcane rune like lock on it. Yeah, it seems like if there's a vault, like that's the most obvious kind of like storage thing in the center of this room. There's a couple purple couches, a plush lavender carpet on the floor. It's very comfortable. It also seems very like personalized for this necromancer person. So.
Okay. So if the lock is ruined, it may set off an alarm once we open it.
Uh-huh.
So we will be on limited time, and this is kind of a one-way room. Are there windows?
There are a couple slits pointing out into the void again, and there's like nothing beyond. This is like the bottom of the space station, so there's just like purpleness all around you. On the far side of the room, it looks like there's another like lectern with a big black book on it, and standing over the book is a huge, like really menacing looking suit of armor, just kind of like decoratively holding a giant great axe over the book. For whatever that means to you guys after your recent experiences. So,
Can
what
we
do you do?
Scoot, does that big great axe come out of that suit of armor's hands? Just curiosity. Maybe we could take it out while it's inanimate.
Will it remain in it?
Assuming
don't
everyone
know.
else has
I don't
done
know
the
how this
risk
works.
assessment and the fact that I barely know where I am anymore, I'm going to go over and test it. So
So you walk over to the axe.
I walk over to the suit of armor holding the axe.
It seems like it's like held in its grip, like steel. You'd have to like really, really force it, or
Yeah,
like break
and
the statue to get
I'm
it
not
out.
trying real hard either. In fact, I'm not even getting in front. It's like I'm taking the butt end of it off to the side of the suit of armor and just trying to jiggle a little bit to see if it
Jiggle the butt.
if there's any. Yeah, I just smack the butt of it around a little bit to see if it shakes at all.
It's like clamped
It's
into that
firmly,
statue.
like-
Yep.
I look at Lark. I just shake my head no.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not reacting. So
I don't care. I'm scared.
This is going to be bad, I feel.
Did the great axe feel special in any way, or does it just seem like another piece of?
it's beautiful. It's like red painted and like gold inlaid.
I probably want that.
Is there any way that we could affix it to that spot before we try to pick this lock?
Should I cover it with the magic net?
What's happening with
That's a
Romalia?
great idea. I was wondering if we should check in on Romalia. Yeah, I'll check in.
And while you're doing that, I'm taking the magic net out and just like I'm throwing tinsel on a tree.
You get no response from Romalia when you talk into this hemming stone.
Oh,
So I feel like we can probably take the armor. What we can't take is the armor plus the necromancer if he comes down here once we pick his magic lock.
right.
But if everything goes to blazes back there, will he go back through the portal?
I mean, he has his. It's not a clone, but his
He probably doesn't need to.
golem. Yeah.
And are
Hold
we
on,
sure
I
we
would
can
say that
get
one.
out if an alarm goes off? Is the teleportation ring's going to work? Or do we live here now?
Liv is generous.
Do we live here for the next?
Zilka
10 minutes?
nods.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's still got this like big wound, like obvious, like she was stabbed through her chest a couple of times at this point, and it's like visible, like she's wearing a vest and some like loose work pants, but like she's been really wrecked. So, yeah, it shows.
Can we get her in one of those sarcophagi?
Wait a minute. What if we
Okay.
take the safe and we
in its
open
entirety?
and we
It could-
open the rune later? What if we just physically lift the thing and take it with us?
Scoot?
Can you lift this thing?
Scoot stops for a second. There were pressure plates in the floor all over the place. Why would this thing not have a pressure plate on it?
It didn't until you said that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. We'll pretend that's what happened.
Yeah, so I'm going to investigate
poker face.
the room.
Maybe, Scoot, can you fill a bag of sand that is about the same size, and then just as you lift it off, put it on there really quick so the pressure plate
All
doesn't...
I want to
suit of
do right
armor.
now is like try to kick it and run away real fast.
Zay, what'd you get?
8.
Investigation 8. It seems like the book on the lectern is obviously a spell book, kind of like the one you guys found in the reading room, with like black leather on it. And the chest in the center of the room, as you look at it closer, it seems like you could maybe like pick the lock, like it has like holes in it for a key, as well as these runes kind of surrounding it. So that's kind of all you can glean from it at first glance.
Can I search for traps?
Yeah. Yep.
18.
Yeah. You don't see any sign of traps. Just again, the glowing magic glyphs all over the table.
Right?
So
I don't see any pressure plates. Scoot.
yeah, the floor is pretty smooth here. There's a carpet on it, but beyond the carpet, it's pretty smooth.
Such a bad idea. Okay.
Would I recognize the glyphs? Like if I go and flip through the black magic book, am I going to see glyphs that are the same as the things around this safe anywhere in this black magic book?
The one on the pedestal.
Yeah.
Don't touch the book.
As soon as you touch the book, the axe comes swinging down on your head.
Okay, I did have the magic net up there.
Oh, you did. That's right. You did.
Yes.
So okay, thank you. So
I don't know how effective it was. I don't know. I can't remember how big this thing is. It's a huge net. It's like a
Yeah.
30-foot net.
It's super effective.
It's real restrainy.
So
Magical.
it has disadvantage on the attack. It still rolls a 17.
Oh,
1 second.
no. Hold on. He's got to get more dice. He's got to roll damage. 80, 90 dice.
Just finding the right page in the book. 1 second.
He's still rolling.
Vamping.
handful
This
of
is really bad.
D12s.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Fistful of...
He wasn't expecting us to trigger it.
Most dangerous trap in
He
the
had no
game.
idea that we would touch some shit.
Okay.
Of course, if we play my safe way, we end up just like, okay, we see everything, we turn around and leave. Long, boring lives. What'd you
Okay,
do?
you take 9 damage from this axe as it comes down on you, clips your shoulder.
Great. That was my favorite
And-
shoulder too.
And the armor starts shaking off a little bit, like getting into like a ready pose for a fight. Do you keep paging through the book, or what's your approach here, everyone? Roll for initiative. I guess you already rolled it for initiative, so let's just keep that. So Lark, you were in front with the
I mean, as
dexterity.
long as we've tripped it, I guess we've already tripped the trap, so go ahead and try to get into the safe. Lurk, we'll deal with the thing you get into the box.
All right, I kneel down or go over to, or however, I don't know where the actual lock is, but I'm going to start to try to pick the lock.
Okay, make a dexterity check with proficiency.
A dex check?
Well, to use your thieves' tools.
Oh, okay. I actually have expertise.
Oh, so add double proficiency?
Yeah. Hold on. Where do I have it here? It is...
It's not an actual skill. It's just the thieves' tools
plus
proficiency.
4. Yeah, so it's 21.
21. So, yeah, you feel like you're working the pins. It's a very complex lock, but you can maybe get it open in like a round.
Okay.
So next round,
I'll keep working on it. I think I got it. Keep going, everybody.
Okay, can I respond to the thing swinging the axe at me? Or am I waiting for initiative?
For initiative, yep.
Okay.
Which, let's see where we were.
I think Zilka.
Right. So Zilka comes swinging with her warhammer.
Yes.
Alongside you, Ilka.
Good.
And clangs against the armor and doesn't even leave a dent. So,
Oof.
Yep. That takes us to Zay.
I reach out and offer guidance to Lark, and I stand in between him and the suit of armor.
The helmed horror.
The helmed horror.
Oh,
Yes.
my.
Ilka, then it's you.
I'm going to dissonant whispers at that thing. And so I'm whispering an evil, discordant melody. If it works, it needs a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So, what kind of damage is that?
3d6 psychic.
Okay. It fails.
Nice. It takes 17 psychic damage.
Wow.
It must run the fuck away.
Like a frightened condition?
As far as its speed allows, it cannot move into obviously dangerous ground.
Okay, so it just picks up its great axe and like shuffles past you guys as fast as it can towards the corner. And Zilka takes a swing at it with her warhammer as an attack of opportunity. And misses again. She hits it, but it just doesn't leave a dent. It's like adamantine or something similarly dense. But it takes 18 damage, so good job.
Beautiful.
Holy smoke.
So Scoot.
I'm gonna chase this thing and try to pin it in the corner. Is it restrained at all? Is the net just off?
It's restrained, yeah.
It's still restrained.
Yep. So I guess, yeah, so moving towards the corner is more like shuffling really, really slowly and trying to get to the corner.
Yeah.
But basically like fumbling and barely getting anywhere.
Okay. Well, let's see. It's restrained. I want to try to knock it down again. I want to position myself as far between it. I want this thing to have no availability to move around. I just want to trap it in a corner. I'll stand there, guard up, using the shield, and just take the dodge action. So if it tries to, it'll have to try to attack me. Basically, that's what I'm trying to force.
Yeah.
I'm trying to force attack on me, and then it rolls with disadvantage if I got dodge going on.
So it only rolls with disadvantage because it's restrained. So
yeah.
It's its turn, and it's going to try to do exactly that. It's going to try to free itself, first of all, from the restraints. That's its main action, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know the rules
I
for
think
nets
it's like,
off the top
I think
of
it
my
has to
head,
like,
so.
a normal net's DC 10 to try to get out of it, I think. This is the magic one or special one, so you decide if the DC is any higher or not.
I think it still functions like a regular net,
Okay.
but it repairs itself. That's the main perk.
Okay.
So it rolled a 14. So it pulls the net apart and stands hulking over you, Scoot, but does not have time to attack you during that process. So it's now Lark's turn once again, and you hear a click as the arcane runes flicker out on this table, and you can pull open this kind of drawer that comes out from the side of it.
I do that.
Okay. And inside, what you see looks like a ledger, like a book, with various like kind of like footnotes kind of sticking out of it, like marks. And that's it. Just a book.
Okay, in my turn, I guess I will take the book out. And then feel around on the inside. Is there a false bottom in this drawer? Is there anything up underneath? I'll be looking for other places that something might be hidden inside.
Okay, so roll investigation real quick.
Sorry, 19 straight.
Straight 19. Yeah, the book itself is just a book with some kind of accounting records in it again, kind of like the one that you found for Renair. However, a bookmark falls out of the book with a few names on it. There's 5 names if you want to write them down. It says Mert is one. Then it says Corylus Than with a check mark next to it, which you recognize as one of the nobles of Waterdeep. Than is a noble house. Tharduk Starbuckler, another noble house. Noble. Jelen Ermbrusk with a check mark next to it. And then Grim Wavesilver.
That sounds like your name.
That's my dad's name.
And the only checks were Corliss and...
Jelen.
Yep. And then in the back of the drawer, you do feel like a fake back as you pry into it even further. And you find another mask. It's like a very plain, kind of just like skeletal face-shaped mask that you pull out from the back of the drawer.
Okay, I pulled that out.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of this, I want to go through and compare spellings on all of these names.
Seriously.
What was Jelen's last name?
Ermbrusk. Do I still have time left in the 6-second turn, or is that about what I was able to accomplish?
What would you like to do? That's like an action, I would say. Like, you sweep your hands through there really quick, and that's what you find.
And you still have my guidance.
Okay. I want to switch masks.
Okay.
I like it.
Sweet.
Oh no. Matthias is rubbing his hands together with glee.
What's with the red folder? What's that for?
Oh,
Does that mean dead people?
You'll see.
Oh no.
Before you all, Lark changes.
I'm facing the living horror.
Yeah,
thing,
I'm not
so
looking at him
I
either.
have no idea about any of this.
Nobody's looking at me.
I'm
not.
intensely watching all of this. Because I know where the bad magic is stored, and this box looks like all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect Lark, so I'm not looking at him at all. Keeping an eye on the horror.
Lark, you shift in front of everyone into like a 6-foot tall person wearing that skeletal mask and a purple robe covering your entire body. You're totally unrecognizable. But other than that, you feel fine. So that's what you turn into when you're wearing that.
Whoa, I don't feel any different. I don't notice anything.
You have
Nothing-
no arms.
Nothing
Are there any
becomes visible to
symbols?
me that
Your
wasn't
vantage
before.
point probably changes
Yeah.
if you're 6 feet tall
You're
now.
slightly higher now.
Basically that. Yep.
Do I notice anything on the top of nearby cabinets that was before hidden to me?
It's a mask of slightly higher perspective.
Well, you never knew that Scoot had kind of a bald patch in the back of his head.
Wait, Scoot doesn't have any hair, does
No,
he?
I don't
he's
think I've ever
It's
totally...
like extra shiny back there.
Keep doing good work back there, Lark.
Yeah, no, you just have a new perspective on life.
Nice.
On the
Whoa,
road.
everybody, look!
And as you say, whoa, everybody, look, the voice comes out very, like, monotone, like, whoa, everybody, look.
My voice is all weird.
My voice
is all weird.
Exactly.
That startles Zay.
You sound like genderless, like you're just this kind of robotic almost.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'll talk like that from now on.
I'm fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
So the monsters run away scared into the corner. So I'm going to go over and like...
Are we still in initiative?
We're still in combat, right?
You are still in combat, yeah. So next would be Zilka.
If
Not
we're
gonna go
not, that's
poke him.
fine, because then I won't get hit with this, whatever he's going to hit me with.
Yeah, well, she's going to smack it
All right.
and ding against the armor one more time.
Twang!
Not exactly Warhammer proficient. So. Next, Zay.
So I turn and find this massive creature behind me and look up and say, "What did you do with my Lark?"
I'm waving. I'm still
Lark?
waving. Yep. Yes, it's me.
I take you at your word and I turn back. And I guess for the distance, is there anyone in between me and the horror? Could I use the sickle of windiness in my estimation?
Scoot and Zilka are both kind of there up next to it. You can still hit it, though. It's not like it's obscured. It's a big piece of armor for one thing. It almost touches the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I will try that. 21.
That hits.
6 damage.
Okay.
But it's real loud. I might have made a poor choice.
Real loud. Yep. It echoes throughout the sanctum.
Uh-oh.
I made a poor choice.
So it's Ilka's turn now, I believe.
It worked so well last time. I'm gonna Dissonant Whispers again, but as a second level. And
Nice.
keep it
Whoa.
scared and psychically beat up. So once again, I need a Wisdom save of 13 for him.
It fails.
Great. 14 psychic damage, and it's still hiding in the corner.
Okay.
And
And
then-
that's enough for it to start to like shudder apart. It's like one more good hit would like send it
Beautiful.
across the room.
Can I bonus action some Bardic Inspiration at Lark?
Although it's Scoot's turn next.
Don't you still have it from last time? Or did you use it?
I used it. I can't remember what I used it on, but I definitely used it.
I think on another attack.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the shield attack or something.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna Bardic Inspiration at him, and it's some Mama, I'm Coming Home. Ozzy Osbourne.
Damn. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep. All right.
Please, do your
Well,
thing.
I got a great axe in hand. I can still swing that. So I guess I'll try that. None of these dice have been very good to me today. 13, 18.
18 hits.
18 hits. All right. So this would be 1d12. Just use these. So 9 plus 3. So 12.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. It doesn't seem to really like damage the armor much, but the force is enough to send them kind of flying across the room, where they kind of sit twitching in pieces. Like this whole apparatus is not really damaged like at all from what you guys have done, but it has fallen apart and scattered.
Okay.
So you're out of initiative now if you want to do other stuff.
Way to go, Scoot.
Flee. Did you find it, Lark?
No, but I found this cool mask, and when I put it on, I turned into this tall guy. Or person.
It's very menacing. I kind of want to listen to whatever you're saying and do it.
I found this book, but no gem, no eye.
I take
Twin
the
Portals ASMR.
the silver great axe off the floor, shove it in the bag of holding.
Like the Helmed Horrors axe?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it's special or not. I don't feel like I got time to check it out.
Uh-huh.
I'm just taking it with me. And then also the net is going
Yep.
to go in there too, so I can start repairing.
And it coils itself back up again right away.
Perfect.
Yep. So,
We need an eye. Somewhere in this room. It's not on Lark's mask. It's not on the face of the armor we just fought. What does that leave us?
Zilka shrugs and writes on a piece of paper and gives it to you and says, maybe he didn't have it.
She just knew that he kept us safe in here.
Oh.
That would be really disappointing, though.
I hope it's not in the other tower.
Right? That we want to follow up. Yeah. Oh, so we're still in the void.
Wait, what was in the book?
It's obviously a spell book at this point. You've had a chance to look at it. Like it's very, very advanced magic, whatever it is.
And then, Lark, all you found was a ledger with a bookmark?
Yep, and it has some names on it of some people that I know, including my dad.
And if you flip through that ledger, there's no, like, eye-shaped hole?
Can we glean any
Nope.
information from the ledger of interest?
It seems like it specifically is an accounting record for two families, the Thans and the Ermbrusks. But it's not really clear like why it's important.
Okay.
Although those were the two names that were checked on the bookmark, the piece of paper inside of it.
I am keeping the ledger.
You are going to keep the ledger?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not putting it back. And and there's no other, like that back part with the mask in it. That's the only other part of this safe. There's nothing else, no other thing that I was able to find.
Yep,
Okay.
correct.
I don't think it's here.
All right.
We should probably get out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And out you go.
We move
up the
towards the
stairs,
portal.
up the stairs, towards the theater room, through the theater room to the main atrium, where you hear a humming sound come up ahead of you, like the humming sound of the wizard's magic staff.
Oh no.
Down the hall as you approach that room. You don't see him.
The room that contains the portal?
The room that contains the big trap on the floor, the big winged serpent with the 4 doors coming out of it.
Yeah.
So you hear that before you get there, if you'd like to do anything or say anything.
Hey, Lark, I think he's gonna know something's afoot if you show up looking like you put his mask on from his secret box.
That's a good point.
We're all wearing his masks.
That's true.
Um,
We could hand him that disguisey ring so he looks back like Lark again.
We could take the mask off, couldn't you?
let's see. Would Lark take the mask off? I'm trying to decide if he
Wisdom
was
five,
if he would
wisdom
try to
five.
play this off. Like no, he would try to take the mask off. I'm gonna try to take the mask off.
Yeah, it comes off easily, and you immediately whoosh, the robe and mask and everything are gone, and you're Lark again with the mask in your hand.
Okay. Do I? I guess maybe I left the other mask in the room.
Sure.
I'll
or you
say.
could have held it either way.
No, I left it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should we take off his masks?
I guess.
Or should we come up with an elaborate commedia dell'arte
Yes.
Oh, do
perform
we
in
have
front
time?
of him in the theater?
Yes.
Can we tell? Can we
That's
judge
the
how
question.
far away he is?
We
It
haven't
sounds
been
like he's
doing
right around the
anything
corner,
but
like,
this.
like in the direction of the portal. Like he's standing in your
You
way.
said we
if
could
he's
do
doing something.
whatever. We've been writing you a play as a thank you.
What do you do?
Does it? Okay, so he's coming down the hall towards the room with the trap in the floor, and we're in the hallway on the way to the auditorium. If we could stay here, and maybe he would go past down towards the room where the rune is.
Yeah, where he's going to discover the beat up suit of armor and that we've gone through his things.
Yeah, and then he would maybe assume that we are down farther and keep going down. I mean, how could a wizard really tell where we are? Probably not.
In his own sanctum.
Yeah. I noticed you didn't write that down, Matthias.
Oh no.
That was
I was just looking up his spell list.
I hope it's short.
Oh yeah. It only goes to 9. I mean, that's
Those strong spells.
right.
Would he believe that, like many other people, we're just lost and trapped in here?
Oh, thank God you found us.
Right. How do we get out of here? We keep going in circles.
God, that's kind of funny.
You hear a voice down the hall say,
Uh-oh.
"I know you're there.
Oh, fuck.
What are you doing?"
Oh, Nancy, you found us. We've been trying on your masks.
I know they're missing from the wall. Will you give them back to me?
Absolutely. Of course.
They do a weird shocky thing on my face. I really don't like it.
Yes, they're not for you.
Okay.
Well, they shouldn't just leave him out where anybody could take him.
And he steps down the hallway and appears at the end of the hallway, facing you all. Not wearing a mask, but holding this big magic staff. And he just kind of seems casually addressing you from the end of the hallway.
I take mine off, and then I struggle to find a place to put it on the wall. It's like I check a section of wall, and then I check another section of wall. And I keep trying to find a place.
He says, "Give it to me."
I was going to say, I walk towards him and I hand him.
Yeah, I have my head
Mine.
down a little bit, just
Mm-hmm.
handing over the sunflower. Then I shuffle back.
Vilka, yours too?
I'm going to kind of shuffle over, sort of stoop shouldered, and hand him the mask.
Okay. And Lark looks at you and says, "Where's my Rowan Crooks mask?"
Oh, it was Rowan Crooks. I should have known from the mustache. It was so awesome. I put it down somewhere. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Where?
I'm not sure. We've been like wandering around. I set it down somewhere. I can go look, I guess.
You set it down in my sanctum.
Which one is your sanctum?
My study, down below.
Is that the room with the books and like the weird fire? Because we've been kind of going in circles and
No, it's the one with the helmed horror and my private study, which you just entered.
Oh, that private sanctum. I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. We really have been all over the place.
He says, I have no reason to use violence against you, so please, I appreciate honesty.
Well, I can go back and check.
He says, give me back what you took.
The Rowan Crook's mask? I'll go get it. I'll
It
be right
says,
back.
My book, my ledger, and my mask.
Oh, not the Rowan Crook's mask? Or the Rowan Crook's mask?
He says, I think you know what I'm talking about. But I'll spell it out for you just in case your wisdom score is very low right now. The mask that was in the drawer, the hidden one, which you took.
I do have that one. It's right here. I hand it over.
It did make you taller, though.
Yeah, that one was weird. The other ones, like it sort of poked our face. That one made my voice go weird, and I got a little bit taller.
He says, yeah, that's the point.
The mask of making your voice weird and getting taller, that's a little lame,
creepy.
but
He says, actually, you should keep it. Take it with you.
Okay. Nice.
Don't tell anyone you have it.
Oh.
It carries a heavy sentence if anyone knows.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And he nods.
What do I call it? The mask of
the cult leader of Asmodeus.
the mask of tallness.
He says, I think you'll find out.
Oh. This sounds terrible. Now I don't want it. Now I'm kind of nervous.
I'm just like face palming and shaking my head watching this exchange.
He says,
So-
go ahead.
Should we go now, or
So tell me, what do you plan to do here? Your friends are downstairs still. You broke my
friends?
barrier.
all my friends are right here?
The City Watch.
The City Watch is here.
They're not particular friends of ours.
Yeah, it's a bit
Captain.
dicey. It's touch and go with the watch, to be honest.
They arrested us.
At least once. Maybe more. I haven't re-listened in a while.
I mean, Captain Staggett was our friend, but the key word there is was.
Yeah, we don't know if Captain Staggett was the real Captain Staggett or if he was a doppelganger the entire time. It's been a little bit of a mess with him too.
He says, well, look. I feel like I owe you some credit for your work with the Xanathar. You made things a lot easier for us.
You're welcome.
Also, I owe your grandfather for his help in the past. And he looks at Zilka and he says, what do you intend to do with that? And
What do you intend to? What do you mean that?
I think he means Nim.
Oh,
He says, no, I mean this corpse.
Oh. Wait, what?
He says, most people don't keep around their old selves after they make a clone of themselves.
Zilka is your... Wait, I'm super confused. Ilka, you're the clone of Zilka?
Did my grandfather make me out of her?
Or Zilka's the clone of Ilka? We're confused, Nancy.
You gotta understand, I woke up in a crypt with very little explanation.
He never told you, did he? He says, yes. He was trying to keep your soul safe from your family. So he hid it in a cloned body and then killed the real one, or tried to, before they could have any influence on it. So I thought that was the end of it, since Ilka Gralhun never came back, but then here you are.
So she's the real body? What?
He nods.
Radio
He says,
magic.
Yeah, see the wound on her chest. That was from his dagger.
That's a heck of a wound.
did you have that memory?
Right, with the crushed diamond and the stabbing.
He says, yeah, our cloning practices weren't as refined back then.
We appreciate that because he came out looking a little more human.
So, I ask you again, what will you do? He raises his voice a little bit at that, like he's needed to get back to his scrying pool.
I feel like we should probably be a little more honest. I don't know if this is really going to go anywhere with us hunting loosely. I'm somehow communicating that with my eyeballs at my comrades without saying it out
You're
loud.
down a hallway from him still. Oh, actually, no, you came up to give him the mask, so you're all pretty close at this point.
I mean, if you've got suggestions, that's
I'm going
great
to
too.
turn and face the others, so my back is to him, and I'm going to hold my hand close to my chest, and in it I'm going to conjure an image, a minor illusion of the stone. and like raise my eyebrows like I'm asking them, should I just show him and ask him if he knows where it is?
No, I didn't see the eye down there at all.
I roll my eyes, I turn around, I hold it out. We're looking for
That's
this.
why you're still here. You're looking for the eye. Well, so am I. So, maybe that's how we resolve this.
You don't know where it is either?
He says, no, I know where one is. I know that you took one from the Xanathar. I don't know where you hid it. And
We don't
he looks
either.
at Scoot very forcefully, almost like he's looking into your mind as he says that.
And I am staring at a wall.
He's got that faraway look again. What are you thinking about, Scoot?
I'm dolphins swimming in the bay. I can feel the look happening, and sweat is starting to come down. And I am just staring at the bricks and just trying to. What were these bricklayers thinking about when they put these bricks?
I feel like you can use the bardic inspiration to just really loudly play that song on a loop in your head. That's all he gets.
There's dolphins in my brain. They like talking to me.
And he immediately looks away and just like face palms himself, like holds his forehead. Wipes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He says, regardless, I know you have one.
Dolphins in my brain.
I know the Castellanters have one eye. They took it from the Graalhoons.
The Castellanters have one?
Yes.
Oh.
But I haven't tracked down the second stone yet.
We thought you had it.
I think one of my agents might.
Is it Squidly?
Oh, that's Mookie. That's absolutely Mookie. I'm happy to go ahead and.
Because
screw
my
Mookie up.
understanding of the story is that it was taken from the Xanathar with one eye missing, brought to the Graalhoons, where one of my men may have taken it. The Graalhoons retained the third eye before it was taken from them by the Castellanters. Does this check out? Does this check out in your memories from a year and a half ago?
Right.
I could roll history and get a 20 again.
Sure.
I'm sure. No, 10.
That seems right.
So, what do you want with the eyes? What would you do if you found it?
He says, all I want is safety and power. For myself and my people.
And money brings power.
Exactly.
Not a bad goal.
But safety from the Xanathar, right? Or safety from something else in addition to that.
Safety from all the powers that would seek to destroy me and my people. The Zentrum have a credo: family, honor, and profit.
That's legit.
In that order.
You can clone. You can infinite family.
He says, well, fist-sized diamonds aren't exactly a common commodity, but you seem to be able to rustle one up pretty quickly.
We deal in ledgers.
Speaking of, can I have that back?
We do have one question. This bookmark has our friend's name in it. Our friend's father. Is harm intended towards him?
No. And that's all he says. He's a total blank poker face at that.
Lark, I think you should give him the book back.
Okay. I was gonna hope he would forget that. I'll hand the book back over, but not the bookmark.
He just holds his hand out.
For the bookmark?
Yes.
I give him a high five.
A little patience here.
Oh boy.
Wow, a crit. Okay. Yeah,
Crit
he just
patience?
nods and says, take it, but if you do anything with those names, I'll know.
Oh, okay.
Like if you share them.
What if I share them with my dad whose name is on it?
Again, there would be consequences for everyone involved.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Thanks. I have committed them to memory. Maybe you just want the bookmarker back?
That was my point.
Okay,
yes.
I'll give it back to you.
I feel like you're going to stick it in a comic book and then set it somewhere.
And forget it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll put it down wherever I put the mask, the Rowan Crooks mask.
I was going to use it as a coaster.
Huh.
What
And he says, I need to get back to my people.
Okay.
All right.
Where should we go? You weren't super helpful on that point earlier when we asked.
He says, again, through the portal and downwards. My people will let you go as long as they think that you're working with me.
There's like a pitched battle going on down there with the watch and...
That's what brought us back up
He
here.
says, you can handle yourselves.
Oh, you haven't been watching very closely.
Any
He doesn't have
ideas where that
he's-
other?
He doesn't seem to care. Like he says, please leave my sanctum. That's enough of that.
Okay. As a parting suggestion, possibly for use in upcoming episodes, which of your people should we talk to? Which of your henchmen, or where should we go to look for a henchman who might have one of the eyes? Because I feel like here in the tower would be a good place to stay, but you seem to want us to go.
He says, well, there were only a few survivors of the massacre of the Gralhund Villa. Erstelfloxen was one. So I would start with him.
Urstel.
Did Urstel tell you the story of how Scoot hit him with a dresser?
He did. He played it up. That's why he was demoted to cleaning duty.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I will not feel bad about shaking him down for an eye.
Yeah, we should take care. I mean, if Urstel is like pocketing things and not telling you about it, I feel like you would probably want him out of the Zens anyway.
Right. He's still useful for me for now, but if you glean anything, again,
Okay,
I'll know.
sounds good.
And we have a scrying pool in the basement
Mhm.
of the Troll Skull Manor. So
Yeah. He says we can be in touch.
Okay, let's go.
Thanks, Nancy. Bye.
He just blinks a little when you call him Nancy, but doesn't say anything. Then he goes back to his lab.
That's our code name for you.
Again,
He's still walking
moving,
away.
Yeah. He
Alright.
waves like one hand kind of limply and keeps
So
going.
over
I
it.
wash my hands of this.
Zay heads towards the portal.
Okay.
Yep.
I follow.
How many more direct warnings can we get?
That ice is
I mean,
very
that,
thin.
that turned out okay.
Oh, what are we going to do about Zilka? I look back at the corpse.
Zilka, do you want to come with us?
She makes like a ring sign and like asks for it again. Like,
I hand her the ring.
and she slips it on and turns into Ilka, like alive looking healthy Ilka again, but with like blonde hair instead, so like a little bit different and like kind of like just like a different person but similar to Ilka.
So maybe we won't get confused all the time.
Right. Slightly different features, a little bit longer, leaner. But yeah, still recognizable to you guys. So
Do you
Okay.
play the concertina too, Zilka?
she nods.
Oh, nice.
But no singing.
She just narrows her eyes at you. Like, you son of a bitch.
Rub it in.
And some of her like tendons are showing. Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
or they were until she put on the ring.
So to Zay's question, or no, to Ilka's question, do you want to come with us?
She nods.
Okay.
Why not?
Poor actual Ilka. Poor not our Ilka. All right.
Zilka.
I step through the portal.
Okay, and whoop, you're right back in the top of the tower again. It's a bit quieter down below. The rain is still falling all around you, so the shield is still down.
Okay. I go down the stairs, trying to move swiftly but carefully past the flesh golem.
Mm-hmm. What about the rest of you as well?
Yep. Following.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, so you go down past the flesh golem, down to the construct workshop. You
Mhm.
stop there, keep going.
Keep going.
Next floor down is where you saw a demon on a summoning circle being summoned, and it's still there, being held by one wizard who looks terrified and is drenched in sweat. And as he sees you, he's like kind of a younger 20s man. He says, "Please, a hand," but
I
like he's
clap
struggling to-
politely.
Do you stop or do you keep going?
I keep going, I think.
I keep making my way through. I just yell, "Yep, you're doing great!"
Can we?
And
I offer him guidance as we pass.
He says, "Thank you." So you like run up and like just kind of touch
Yeah.
him on the shoulder, and
Yeah, if he's doing like this, I'm gonna like high five. one
yeah,
of
and
his
he kind of
hands.
bolsters himself and gets his footing again, and steadies himself and keeps at it.
if there's a chair in the room, I'll set that right behind him.
for when he falls.
So if he needs to take a seat,
Yeah, and the demon like slams on an invisible wall and it knocks him backwards, and he lands on the chair and kind of looks surprised, and then just keeps on channeling while
this seems like the best thing to do.
yeah. So you keep going, or
Yep.
and Zilka does as well. And here on the third floor, you can see, looks like the tail end of the Zentarim force. There's a couple of wizards and several guards, all with crossbows out, that are aiming them at the staircase. And some are moving down the stairs right now towards another force down below. It seems kind of quiet, like everyone's sort of regrouping at this point in the fight.
Mhm.
And a couple of them turn towards you and see you. And unless you're being stealthy, I guess you tell me what's your goal here.
No.
Probably not.
Okay, Mookie turns around. She's up there kind of commanding some of the force. And she like gives an order to a wizard who then kind of like vanishes in thin air, and you hear like footsteps running down the stairs. And she says, "What are you doing here?"
We've been trying to leave for like 2 hours now.
She says, "Yeah, you and me both. You gonna march right through?"
Yeah, we're looking for Erster, though.
Erstal?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's downstairs.
Okay. See, thanks, Mookie. Good luck.
What, you're actually just gonna walk right through?
Yeah. Wait, should we
She
not?
swears into her brow. She's like, "You might get shot, but all right."
Okay.
By you? Could you just tell your folks not to shoot at us?
Wait, you took off the masks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to get them back.
So she says, "We're about to stage an attack, an offensive forward to get them out of our tower. So if you're gonna move, be fast."
We can do fast.
And she just walks away at that point. She goes back to telling her guys what's next.
Okay, let's keep going.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Yep.
And as you make your way down, you hear this like whooshing sound all around you. And the second floor is kind of like there's a couple of raised, railed floor areas overlooking the main floor down below. So that's kind of where the standoff is happening. There's all these Zentrum people kind of lining this second balcony level, looking down at the ground floor, which is where the City Watch have hunkered down. You see Ramalia, as well as 3 or 4 wizardy-looking types and several kind of gray armored people, not in City Watch armor, but in some kind of like a special forces sort of gray, shiny kind of armor. And they don't see you at first, so you're kind of mingling through the Zentrum right now as you push your way through. What do you do, or what are you looking for?
I'm looking for Erstal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll perception.
Zay's also looking.
17.
13.
13.
9.
You don't see any sign of Erstal on this balcony, but there is a doorway leading towards like on the second floor here and first floor. There's kind of an adjacent building built out from the tower, and so it's kind of this like larger complex that goes through, and the Zentrum are kind of coming in and out of that doorway as well. So that seems like your way out of here, unless you want to try to find a staircase and get down to the first floor.
What's on the first floor?
All the guard, the City Watch, and Ramalia.
I don't know if that helps us any.
They're like all hunkered down behind like pillars and overturned furniture right now. And
It seems like if we go down there, we're going to have to declare one way or another.
Yeah. As long as we're up here, let's keep trying to find Erstal.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So through the door?
Yeah.
You go through the door, and down below, you hear the sounds of like whoosh, like clang, 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 and all this like action suddenly happens as these swords appear out of thin air and start attacking the City Watch down below. Meanwhile, you're booking it through the door on the second floor into this adjoining building where you see before you, it looks like Erstal and Squidly kind of hunkered down together, like exchanging hushed messages and like planning for like an attack. Erstal has a crossbow and Squidly has a small hand crossbow that he's holding like an actual crossbow, and he's wearing his eye patch and black leather armor, and he's like nodding. And Erstal's like, "Okay, you ready?" And he's like, "Yes." And then they turn to see you, and they both kind of freeze. What do you say or do?
I'm going to charm person on Erstal.
Makes sense. So he rolls a charisma save, wisdom save.
Wisdom save. He's a 13.
He succeeds.
Damn.
He says, "Nice try."
I'm going to charm person on Erstal.
I think that still works.
Should I? I don't know.
He succeeds. He gets a 19. So
Oh my god.
at that point, he
Cannot be charmed.
says, "Open fire," and him and Squidly shoot at the two of you with their
Squidly,
bows.
no!
I throw my shield up
Okay.
immediately.
And as you throw your shield up, Scoot, the shield like explodes in front of you into little facets of light that kind of like shimmer all around you. Like instead of a shield, it's like all these little glimmering like bits of light that kind of form a shield in front of you and all around you. But you're not holding it anymore. It's just like this kind of shield aura around you.
Really?
And it kind of takes the shape of a dolphin around you. Like the bits of light kind of form like stained glass style, like this sort of glimmering dolphin in the air. And it adds to your armor without having to hold it.
Oh, nice.
So Erstal misses. Oh, and Squidly crits. Firing at... Let's see. Who would he fire at? Zay, I guess? I'm not sure. Zay's been in and out the most, I think, recently, so... he does 4 damage to you, Zay, as he nicks you.
Squidly, how could you? And I like do our little gang motions at him.
And as you do that, he freezes and looks like extremely guilty all of a sudden, and like he's kind of caught in the headlights. And he looks at Urstel and back at you. So you're in initiative now, unless you'd like to just talk it out or whatever you'd like to do. But Lark, you would go first.
Squidly, we still care about you. Don't listen to Urstel. That guy's bad news.
Squidly's like, you're bad news. You killed my brother.
We didn't. That was the Xanathar.
No, it wasn't. He can't with you.
No, the Xanathar killed your brother and me.
He says, and he looks at Urstel. And Urstel's like, don't believe it for a second. These people are killers.
Why would you think that? You know us, Squidly.
He says, I thought I did. My brother trusted you, though. You want to roll persuasion or try to talk it out?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you have
That's about
anything
6 seconds.
of sales? Scoot?
His character sheet.
His body. Unless I took it out of the...
No, you buried it. We
We
talked
buried
about
it?
that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess I don't know if I actually kept anything of his, and I didn't have the sheet around long enough to find something of sentimental value or anything
Some
like
potions.
Sure.
that. Those were
Yeah.
ours.
That's right.
Took them and bailed.
All right, I'm rolling persuasion.
That's not a
No,
lot.
I'm not.
It hit the other die.
Is it botch? Do I re-roll?
I didn't see it.
No, that's
That's
you can take the one or the two.
Cool. That's is either a 6 or a 7.
Jesus.
He seems unswayed. But
Right.
what's your approach? Like, what are you saying to him?
How long have you known this guy? Think how long you lived in the same house as us. You know us.
He says, this guy gets me, man. We come from the same place. Right, Urstel? And he's like, yeah, kid.
And we talked to Nat and the Great Wizard Jenks. They miss you.
And that pauses him a little bit.
They're worried.
You just bailed without telling them anything.
That takes us to Zay. If you'd like to do something or say something.
Yeah. I would like to mold earth to create kind of a barrier between and kind of pull stones from the sides, like in between us and underneath Urstel to make him fall
So you move
over.
out of the tower at this point into this adjacent building, which is made of wood. So
Oh.
You could pull some stones from the tower behind you, a little, but like it's not
It's not
loose
going to
earth,
make
so it wouldn't really
it's
do
not
much.
gonna- Okay. I hold my action.
You just stay quiet and let it unfold.
Yes,
For now.
For now.
Then Scoot, what about you? Do you want to chime in?
Since I feel like I was shot at, and now I'm kind of inspired by this stained glass dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
I am just going to try to move up to Urstel. If possible, you'll have to decide if this is possible or not. I want to reach into the bag of holding, grab that big ass silver great axe that I
Sure.
can now two-hand, and start walking over towards them. More of an intimidation effect. But what I have in my head right now is the picture of Ramona Flowers pulling that giant maul out of her bag, just like that, and going over there and just saying, Squidly's coming with us. And then I'll bring it up. And this is basically an intimidation sort of tactic to see what happens.
Okay.
See how he reacts to that.
And it's like an axe for like a 9-foot person, so it's like a big axe.
Oh,
for you.
yeah. And so I want to just bring that up and just like a swing, just kind of draw it
Yeah.
from my bag and bring it up all in one motion, just looking entirely badass with this silver and red great axe that I just look like I'm about to drop on somebody.
We'll roll intimidation
Okay, intimidation.
with advantage, let's say, because you got a lot of stuff going for you right now.
All right.
Between what everyone just said, and the dolphin in the air, and the axe.
Let's go this. Okay. 18 and 18, so 20s.
It succeeds. So Urstel lowers his crossbow and starts to walk backwards. He says, "You're on your own, kid." And Squidly kind of jerks back at him and has a look of betrayal in his eyes. He says, "What do you mean? What do you mean, man? Where are you going?" And Urstel's like, "You better run." And then he like turns to like take off in the opposite direction away from you.
If I have a second, if I can react, is it possible to react to that?
What do you like to do?
I would like to take the great axe, this 9-foot great axe, put it down and try to trip him as he tries to run away. Just try to catch one of his feet to see if I can get him.
You'd have to like dive forward and like try to get close enough to him to do that with it.
If you'll allow me, I'll take a swing at that.
Yeah. Go
What
for
are you thinking?
Roll acrobatics and then roll the attack.
Okay. So that would be 9 on the acrobatics.
Okay, so just make a normal attack roll then.
Okay. 18 again. So with proficiency 20, and then anything else you want?
No, that does it. So
Okay.
you hook him with the axe, and you catch his foot, and he falls flat on his face.
Yep.
Squidly kind of chuckles a little.
That's what I wanted to have happen.
All right. What do you do, everyone? You're out of initiative at this point. We'll just say, what's your approach?
I jump on his back as long as he's fallen prone and start to look through his clothes. And I say, Squidly, this guy plays both sides. You can't trust him. I'm looking for the eye.
He says, yeah, I see that. The eye?
Oh, sorry. The first chunk was my dialogue to Squidly. And then
Oh.
the second, I'm looking for the eye, is my action
Okay, roll
of what I'm
investigate.
doing.
Yep.
Riffling through his clothing.
Yep.
Can I give Squidly? Would you like a hug?
He freezes and then softens. And yeah, he comes in for a hug, like choked up.
We miss you,
Sobbing.
buddy. I give him a great huge hug. I like rub his hair, ruffle his hair a little bit.
And he reaches out a hand to Zay, like with big old tears in his eyes. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I thought they
yank
had
the
my
little
back.
Bolt out.
But I don't think
Walk
anybody
over.
does. But you guys are the closest family I have now. I'm so sorry.
We'll always have your back.
And then as you're rifling through Urstel's pockets, he like pulls out a little from his pocket. Squidly pulls out this little marble-looking stone. He says, "Are you looking for this?"
Squidly!
That is what we're looking for.
Because I nicked it from him. Like a week ago.
Nice work.
I
Thanks.
knew Squidly was gonna
Yeah.
Squidly, you're
play
a
an important
hero.
role in
Oh,
Hey,
this.
I'm just happy to help. SWOJ forever, right?
SWOJ forever.
For justice.
We're gonna have. What's your mom's name? Yaga.
Taga.
Taga. I was thinking Yaga.
How old is Squidly?
Make you a
I
pie.
was like 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to, like, incapacitate Urstel and get out of here.
Sure. Like a swift knock to the back of the head.
Hey, I was going to tie up his hands, but I mean,
where
TBI
I
does
go,
the
I don't
trick
know.
too.
Lark, get your banging stick out.
Little dinky, here it comes.
Yeah, sure. We'll do this violent. I'll just grab his skull and whack it into the floor.
Ouch.
See if that makes him
Well, yeah. I mean,
sleepy.
Yeah, that's enough to like coup de grace, knock him unconscious
Fab.
with
Okay,
non-lethal
Squidly,
damage.
we're gonna have to get out of here, and you're probably gonna need to take off your Zent uniform to do it.
He says, well,
Or we could just cut it up, make it look like he's switch sides or something like that. Just
if only there was some way to like make my clothes look different with magic or something.
We used to have a ring oh wait, no, we still do.
She's still
'cause
with us.
Yeah, she's still with you.
Zilka, can we use your ring?
She nods and she flips it like a coin, and he catches it and slips it on,
Class
and
act.
turns
Badass.
into like I don't know like a big old orc guy
But
wearing
tiny.
like sailor's clothes. Does it change your size too, or no?
It
Disguise
gave
size?
you an
Up
extra
to
foot.
An
I
extra
thought.
foot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like fine. He's like a small orc,
This
and he
is
shakes his
the-
head and does it again, and it turns into like just a sort of a teenager looking guy, kind of like Thale actually, like a tiefling.
Oh, I was going to
nice.
pass him off as Scoot's little brother.
Hmm.
That looks great, Squidly.
I'm just glad he didn't pick like Minotaur or
This
something
is
like
the
that.
last charge for the ring for the day.
Yep. So it's done now.
And
Okay.
we slip off one of the rings, or do we need the rings to get back to?
No,
We're
we're
already
through.
through.
We're in the tower. We're kind of on the bridge or in the second tower now.
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
we
on the
go
sec-
down? Well, do we want to go back
We're
to
still
the
in
watch?
the first tower, aren't we? We're just in a little building next to
Okay.
it.
Yep.
on
So like
second
the
floor.
bridge is on the opposite side of the tower from where you went. So there's a tower. There's a bridge coming out to the second tower on the east side, and on the west side is kind of this adjoining building that you guys went into, which is where
Made
you
of
found
wood.
Urstel, made of wood.
Got it.
Right. Wood and stone. I mean, but mostly
it's
wood.
fine.
Yeah. And ceramics.
So,
Okay.
but we should head back then into where the watch is.
Presumably, if you want to get back mixed into it,
Or can we like jump over the side and make a run for it?
you could. Or there's
Scale the
Squilly tells you. He's like, there's another way out of here. If you want to just get out, we can go down the side door here.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's do it. What
Yep.
you got?
Okay, and he leads you through this side building, down the stairs, through this like big old mess hall barracks type thing, where obviously a lot of Zentarim were stationed, and some are still in here, like on the far side of the room, kind of like standing around the door towards the tower where the watch is. And there's a side door that he just points to, and he says, "This is the way. Let's go."
Okay, Zay, do you want to check with Romalia to see if there's
was
anything they
gonna
need
say-
from us before we go?
How does Silka have any like? I thought you were gonna blow things up for me.
Are you saying that to someone?
Yeah,
To Zilka?
to Zilka.
Oh, to Zilka. Zilka's just going with you. He says she's shaking her head, like saying
Okay.
like not the time.
We're good. Okay. Yeah, I guess I pull out the sending stone. Romalia, are you there? Come in. Shh.
She's like, "Yeah, on my signal, light them up." And she's like not really paying attention to you. She's like talking to someone else, giving orders.
All right.
And you hear like a
I think we should flee.
of like
should
a
go now.
fuse being lit.
We should go right now.
I picture her with 2 sending stones, one in each hand now.
Yeah, she's like
Like a
Dr.
day
Strangelove
trader,
style,
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Zay, can you turn into anything that can fly? What level are we on?
I cannot.
No.
We're on the
I can
ground
swim.
level.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
on
you can
ground
just
floor.
run out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, we just
So you run out onto the street. It's pouring outside. There's kind of this ring of like dead birds around where the shield was before. Like they were all slamming into it. It's kind of gross.
Oh,
But
nice.
you step over that and disappear into the streets as all of a sudden behind you, these 2 towers, the shorter tower kind of like gets rocked off of its hinges by a massive explosion.
Someone
Slams
yells
into
Frodo.
the first one. Yeah. And you hear this like beautiful Howard Shore music as this tower slams into the lower half of the primary tower and takes a good chunk of it out as it kind of slumps down onto the street near you and kind of comes crashing down all the rubble of this tower. And you hear screams and yelling from inside. It's a mess.
Oh, no.
But you're outside of it for now, so that's where we'll end. If anybody wants to say anything or any parting shots.
Nice work, SWOJ.
I was not looking at the tower. I was walking away when it exploded. Twin Portals is produced and edited by Scott Hebert. The adventure is created by our Dungeon Master Matthias Valero, and the rest of the Silver Waves of Justice are played by Kendra Carlson, Beth Brophy, and Justin Peck. I need to give a very special thanks to Scott Lillo and Sound Central Production Services in Duluth, Minnesota. The massive jump in sound quality you heard in this episode is thanks in part to their service and expertise. If you're ready to take that next step in your streaming or podcasting endeavors, make sure you give them a call. I simply cannot overstate the comfort that comes with having local support ready to help with any problems or concerns. If you're looking to buy some video, audio, or lighting gear, or if you're just looking to rent for a wedding or a concert, seriously, give them a call. They're local, they're knowledgeable, they're fantastic to work with. Thank you again for everything Sound Central. Scott Hebert is a fiscal year 2021 recipient of a Creative Support for Individuals grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board. This activity is made possible by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Minnesota State Arts Board thanks to a legislative appropriation from the Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Previous support was made possible by the Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, and my sincerest thanks to those 2 boards for their support. Thank you to Leeland Campana for use of his song Avernum as our theme song. Thank you to the Renegade Theater Company, Tiachi Ciccone, and Mary Fox for their support. We hope to see you in person there again real soon. And most of all, thank you so much for listening to Twin Portals.
This is not like Commedia. I'm not going to find an Arlecchino.
Not exactly. No. They're mostly flat masks, like face sized and shaped, flush with your face. But
I have no
but yeah.
idea the reference. Just wish I knew.
Do you want me to info dump about Italian masked theater?
You know what?
Have you seen?
You got 1 minute.
Okay, so Commedia dell'arte was this mask style of theater. There would be trope stock characters, like the Punch character was kind of the Joker catch. The Arlecchino would be like the king and the raw. And then there would be the young lovers, which often were done without any masks, just exaggerated face makeup to look young. And then demons, which would be like Bilake. And so it was like the same set of characters, just stuck into different stories over and over again with the same set of masks. It was very comforting and familiar to any audience that was there watching it, because they could be like, oh, boom, I know these people. I just have to stuff them into a new character. So basically, it was fan fiction with the same, like, if you took all the cast of Star Wars and, like, stuck them into new situations.
Yeah, it sounds like medieval anime.
Yeah, with masks.
Yeah.